There it is. Wait. Okay. Holy crap. How did you guys get in here so quick? You guys freak me out sometimes, I gotta admit it. Unstable internet connection. That's a lie if I've ever heard one. I'm land in... Is the internet connection okay? Can you guys see me okay? I think it's lying to me. Liar. Big fat liar. My internet connection is just fine. It's great. Okay, good. Do I look all high definition? All right. Let me stop being weird for a second. What do I want to do? No models. One second. We're gonna let some people get in here. We're gonna get started. No, that's not it. I'm looking for something real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Can I actually add a camera on? Add source. Can I add a camera on here? Display capture. Add. Can I do it
Southern
while?
Indiana snow totals. I know they went up.
I appreciate the super chat. I'll look at that and just give me 1 second. Display 3. Oh crap! I don't know what display it's on. Oh. Okay. Okay. Can you guys see that right there? Can you guys see that right there? I want to make sure that's not covered. Okay. You can? Okay, good. Let's do that. I can actually leave something else up here for you guys so you can see what's going on here. So if anyone has any questions, right? Like about, yeah, I know, why didn't I ever do it on this one? They can't see that on the YouTube side, but I know my screen's so small over on TikTok, so I wanted to put that up for you guys. But what I can do, and I'm going to do this now, and I'm going to start answering your questions. Oh my God, I already got super chats coming in. All right, we got to get started. I got to get answering questions. I see chat flying. So I'll get started here. Let me just pull this up. Okay. All right. Well, here we'll leave this on our temperatures for now, and I can actually put this on the models. And hope everyone's having a good night. I'm just trying to stay on for at least 2 hours, maybe more. I mean, I got to get up for work early again. I got the kids and everything, but I'm gonna try to do a long stream tonight or longer. I used to do 4-hour streams. I used to love doing 4-hour streams. I just don't have as much time. Once I'm doing this full time, though, I will have enough time. Snow depth. Let me see something real quick here from the GFS. Let's see. Interesting. Smoothing playback speed. Yeah, what is the GFS doing here? Being weird. Okay, so you know how this normally goes, guys. I am quickly going to talk about what's coming up here. Oh my gosh, what's going on? I'm getting super chats and gifts and all sorts of stuff. There's tons of people in here already. Guys, this is going to be a fun stream. I appreciate anyone who's in here. Look at that. We're doing good on both. Okay, let's get started here. Let me quickly answer some of the super chats. Will we detect it? Live chat? No. Everything's fine. What is going on, everyone? How is it going? You guys, some of you were here so early. What's going on to the Climate Crew over on YouTube? I appreciate all my YouTube members. I appreciate anyone who's followed or subscribed, of course. That's why I do this every day. That's why I'm live streaming. That's why I'm putting out videos every day. I'm trying to do this eventually full time, and all the support is incredible. $2 super chat. Southern Indiana snow totals. I know they went up. Yeah, the night. Well, here, you know what? We'll take a look at the Euro. The Euro just pulled snow out of kind of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and then like the Charlotte area. Just wait, because this is assuming we're gonna get a lot of warm air aloft down here. We do have cold enough surface temperatures. Not quite sure that this isn't gonna trend back south. So don't freak out if you're in Charlotte, Atlanta, Huntsville, Alabama. In this kind of region here, I do think there's an opportunity for the snow to move back down to the south. Its surface temperatures aren't an issue. It's warm air aloft. And I'm going to explain to you, listen, you get a little bit more, you get a stronger system. It's pulling more warm air aloft into the southern portion. Now you get more ice and sleet here. But what does that also do? That enhances the snow up here. So it's big win for you, and it's a big loss for you guys, right? If you get a stronger system. Now, if you get a weaker system, the snow probably moves south. Because if you get a weaker system, the low isn't deepening as much. It's not pulling in as much warm air from the south. Now the snow's further south, but you're probably, maybe instead of seeing 1.5 foot in Nashville, you only see 1 foot. Now there is a everyone wins scenario where our trough amplifies further down into Texas, and the storm track is just farther down here. So you get the amplified low pressure, the heavy snow totals, and you get the snow further south. There's all these. We're going to talk about all these different things here in a second. But again, yeah, I mean, southern Indiana snow totals, high end 1 foot, low end 6 inches. It looks really good right now. I like southern Indiana. Let me answer a few more of these questions, and I'm just going to get into discussing everything. I really appreciate the $1 super chat. Casey, I appreciate you, and Casey with another one, and didn't even ask anything. That was just very nice. I mean, I'm happy to answer any questions. $5 super chat from Emmanuel, GFS or Euro, and the gang. Who are you siding with? I'm still siding with the blend of them. I think the Euro's too far north now. So, yeah, and we'll get into that. Emmanuel, I appreciate that. What's going on to everyone on my TikTok side? Sprinkler guys, Sassy, Stevie, Kayla, BC, B, what's poppin', Marissa, KJ, Cole, Adriana, Chick, Mr. Cole, Ben, Sassy, Chase, Kelly, Bo. Oh my gosh, too many people. Raymond, Chick Chase. I appreciate you guys. Really quickly, I'm going to go over what's going to happen here. You guys know you just need to give me a couple minutes, and I'm going to answer as many questions as I can here. Casey's over here just super chatting $1, not even asking questions. I think Casey just wants to see my dude dancing on the screen. Okay. Appreciate you, Casey. Here we go. Let's look at the latest Euro. Okay. Why is the snow shifting a little bit north on the Euro? Here's why. The low pressure system's stronger. It's a deeper low, and with a deeper low, you're getting more pull. You're getting more of this heat being pulled into the mid layers of the atmosphere. You are freezing at the surface here. You're freezing at the surface through Atlanta, through Huntsville, Alabama, down through central Mississippi, and in northern Louisiana. You're freezing at the surface almost down to San Antonio. You're not freezing right above the surface, though. If you go, hey, if you could jump 100 feet or a couple hundred feet high, your temperature suddenly drop or are above freezing, which is why your droplets aren't turning into snow. They're turning into ice as soon as they hit the ground. Holy crap. Taylor Green, 490. Wow. Coral. All right. I appreciate that. That's a cool one. Appreciate that, Taylor. Big BC, what's going on? So yes, your temperatures at the surface are freezing here. And you're like, okay, well, we're below freezing. Why is it not snowing? You have warm air aloft. A stronger storm moves the snow to the north because it's pulling in more warm air from the south. A low pressure, remember, we have the low pressure system in the northern hemisphere. Our winds are trying to move counterclockwise around it. So what's happening here? Say our lows beginning to develop here. You're getting this pull. We have another storm system back here. You're getting this pull of that warmth in. But again, you have what's happening back here. As the storm tilts, it's trying to push that cold air, and that's why we have this massive winter storm. This is, I think, going to be... I think this is going to be the biggest winter storm of the season. The amount of people it can affect, this is going to affect 150 million plus people. We could see a major snowstorm, major ice storm. Just based on the amount of snow that could fall over such a large area and affecting so many major cities, I think this is going to be the biggest winter storm of the season. It could set some records, could be talked about for a long time. Moves up the coast here. Look at you guys. Look at you guys in Tennessee and Kentucky and West Virginia and Ohio and Indiana and portions of southern Illinois, Virginia, the Mid-Atlantic, Pennsylvania, up the coast. Holy smokes, into the coastal New England, coastal Mid-Atlantic, Jersey. After this storm, if we do get something like the Euro here, I never want to hear you guys complaining, oh, it's Jersey, we're never going to get snow here again to the day I die. No. You guys are going to get so much snow here, and you guys are going to be above your averages for this year, but you'll probably get more snow after this. I'll talk about that later. This looks great. This looks fantastic for you guys. Now, quickly, GFS, I want to get to answering all your guys' questions. Why does the GFS have snow a little bit farther south here and sleet? Well, notice what's also not happening on the GFS. We don't have a ton of snow up here. The storm's weaker. The low pressure isn't as strong. It's not pulling the warm air in and pushing that warm air in aloft as far south. My son is screaming right now. It's his bedtime. Mommy's putting him to bed. Taylor, I appreciate you. Melon juice. Vega, I appreciate you. You guys are, whoa.
True danger.
Vega, holy crap. Okay, you guys are being way too nice with super chats and gifts tonight. I really appreciate you guys. Seriously, holy crap. $2 super chat from Texas. True danger if this is the potential Dallas-Fort Worth ice storm. Sorry if my son's screaming. He'll be going to bed in a second. It could be bad. It could be bad. We're going to go over ice totals here in a second. The storm isn't as strong here. It isn't as strong developing. We don't get as much warm air pulled in aloft here. Let me figure out what's going on here. I figured out what was going on. My son wanted candy, and mommy didn't give him candy. I mean, you know, that's heartbreaking. Vega, again, I really appreciate you guys. Taylor, Texas. True danger, yeah. The ice could be really bad in Texas. We're going to go over that. Okay, I'm going to get into speed answering your questions here in a second. So the GFS, it's not as strong a storm. It's not pulling as much warm air in aloft. Really quickly, let's take a look at the latest Canadian. Latest Canadian does have a pretty strong system, again, why it's trying to put all that cold or more snow up to the north. Let's take a look at our updated European ensemble. I just want to show you guys the latest. Before I got on, sometimes I like to look at what other streamers are doing or showing, because I see some stuff where I'm like, you need to take that off the screen. I saw some other people live showing a model that put like snow down into like Houston, New Orleans, like down here, guys. Listen, this area down here, let's call it like this area. I think there is a chance for snow above this blue line here, but let's call this area down here. The odds of getting snow are, I mean, obviously in Florida, but I don't think I need to include that. This area down here, the odds of getting snow are really, really low. I think it's the farthest south you get snow in Georgia is Atlanta, but that's still going to be really tough. Huntsville, Alabama, I still think is a possibility. Charlotte, I still think is a good possibility. But I'm seeing, I don't know what they're showing. I don't know what I'm seeing all these live streams showing. This model that puts snow like this. And I'm like, no. Could you get some snow in the northern portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia? Maybe into Charlotte, upstate South Carolina? Yes, but not down there in the central to southern portions of those states. Hey, I'm sorry, guys. You could get a lot of ice, though, and we don't like that. Anyways, here is the latest Canadian, okay? Let's take a look at the National Blend of Models. What's the National Blend of Models doing? We love the National Blend of Models. It takes all the model runs together, and it shows us them all blended together. So it's going to give us a lot of times our most accurate and conservative look here. Still putting snow into Dallas, still good snow. A lot of times the totals are higher than what the National Blend sees because it has to use model runs that also don't show snow. I mean, a foot across Oklahoma for some of these people. Arkansas, Tennessee, again, you still have some confidence here in northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, northern Georgia, maybe even northern Louisiana. Let's push out east. Southern Illinois, southern Indiana, central to southern and eastern, Ohio, PA, Tennessee, upstate South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, the Mid-Atlantic, up through New England. We still have some good opportunities here. This is the latest. So there's obviously still a lot of model runs, because this isn't just taking the National Blend of Models isn't just taking I don't believe it's just taking the control run or operational run from each. It's taking all 50 Euro runs, all 25 GFS runs, all whatever, 25 Canadian runs. We've got like 100 runs blended in here. So obviously, this is what I'm talking about. If you've got this blue showing up down here in the National Blend of Models, there is still a ton of models showing snow through this region here, meaning it's not showing as much warm air moving in here. Now, I'm going to get to questions. Last thing I want to tell you guys, there is an opportunity here, like I said, where this trough is just a little bit more amplified than expected. We do get a southern track, and we still do have a very strong low pressure that still puts snow up here, but it gives you snow to the south. It's a possibility. We're going to go over that. I'm going to answer questions here for a little bit. You guys know what is going on with the temperatures. 6 to 10 day outlook, 8 to 14 day outlook, and then we get into our 3 to 4 week outlook. A big storyline that a lot of people aren't talking about is a lot of times when you get some heavy snow down through portions of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, maybe portions of the Southeast, North Carolina, Virginia, up and down the Mid-Atlantic coast. You get some warm air after all that snow's melted in 2 to 3 days. I don't see that happening, at least for most of us out east. we're going to get continued, I mean, for 7 to 10 days, continued ridiculously below average temperatures. This snow is going to be here to stay, so it's better. It's better than your normal snowstorm where sometimes warm air is coming in behind it. Warm air is not coming in behind it, guys. It is not coming in behind it. And holy smokes. Okay, I always think of one more thing when I say last thing, but you guys have to see this. Look at our temperature anomalies. Anyone here? Anyone in chat here in the purples or pinks here? This is 30 to 40 plus degrees below average. Astronomical cold as we get into Friday. Saturday. Look at this. Look at Texas. Oh my gosh. Kyle with the $2 super chat. Can this finally be the storm for Long Island? Yeah, Long Island looks like there's pretty good agreement on big snow for Long Island. Look at this. These temperatures are absolutely ridiculous, and I'll just show you this as my last thing here, just to show you. Let's look at our wind chills. There's your wind chills, okay? There's your wind chills. -5, -10 in Dallas. All right, these are your feels like temperatures. You're negative down here. Look at this. San Antonio getting into the teens, out towards Houston. We push out east. I mean, look at this cold. Negative wind chills. You go out a little further, it gets even crazier. You go out a little bit further, it gets even colder. So, anyways, what's going on? Hope everyone's having a great night. I appreciate all the support, guys. The gifts and super chats have been super kind. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the follows. I try and live stream every single day, post videos every single day. Trying to do this full time eventually. You guys are getting me a little bit closer. I appreciate it. Thanks for being in here, helping the algorithm. Let's go. Michael, I appreciate that. Yeah, I do think it's going to be good for Long Island. I do think it's going to be good for Long Island, Kyle. I appreciate that. Seriously. Let's see. So could this impact Detroit? I don't see this. I don't see a major impact on Detroit. Hey, Jill, I appreciate that with the $2 super chat. Just to say I appreciate you. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, you could get a little bit of snow into Detroit. You can see this here. I mean, I'd say high end, you get 6 inches if you get really lucky with the tracking of this thing. I'd say low end, you could end up with the dusting in Detroit. These are the possibilities. Do I have my National Weather Service? I'm looking for one thing. Is this reloaded yet? Snowfall forecast. High end. All right, we don't have this in there yet. Okay. All right. Will snow ice be bad in Lubbock, Texas? Yeah, let's go over a little bit of this ice forecast here. We'll start over in central region. Start in the central region. We're going to go into winter. We're going to go into freezing rain. $2 super chat for Brit. I appreciate that. I really appreciate the support. Guys, you're being extremely generous today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There you go. This is from the latest Euro. I pray this doesn't happen, okay? This is, a 1/4 inch of ice is bad. A 1/4 inch of ice. This entire region here could see anywhere between a 1/2 inch, according to the Euro, a 1/2 inch to 2 inches of ice. Why is ice so bad? A lot of you probably know, but I'll tell you for anyone who's confused. Ice accumulates on power lines. It accumulates on tree branches. It accumulates on everything. And a 1/2 inch of ice across a big surface is extremely heavy. Weighs like a ton, 2 tons. Okay, you get 2 inches of ice. You get an inch of ice. Like I said, you even get a 1/2 inch of ice. Jill, I appreciate you becoming part of the climate crew. Join the Discord if you want. There's a link in all my YouTube videos to the Discord. Great place to meet other weather enthusiasts. Tons of live and daily updates in there. You get a 1/2 inch to 2 inches of ice, guys. Power lines are down. Trees are down. Roads are impassable. And with these colder temperatures, moving in behind, the ice isn't going to melt overnight. It's going to be there for a little bit. There have been ice storms. I remember an ice storm growing up. There was one in South Carolina where they didn't have power for a month. Literally like 4 weeks. 4 weeks because of an ice storm. I mean, ice storms can be as catastrophic to infrastructure as a Category 5 hurricane if you get a major ice storm. Now, ice is really hard to predict. Why is ice hard to predict? I talk about it all the time, but we love to educate a little bit. I'm going to draw a couple lines here. Okay. This is rain. This is going to make sense in a second. This is ice. This is sleet. This is... I went too far. We'll just go here. This is snow. Okay. Freezing temperatures. If you're below... Oh my God, my writing's so bad, guys. If you're below this line right here, this line, your temperatures are freezing. If you're above, you're warm. Look, your air's above freezing the whole way up to the top of the tropopause here. And so this is all rain. Now you're warm, you're above freezing. This is all rain, all rain, all rain. Oh, cold air just at the surface. It hits the surface and it freezes as ice. All right, you're warm, 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 warm. Okay, finally you get freezing air, but it doesn't have time to fully turn into snow, so it's a wintry mix. It's sleet. Snow, you're freezing almost all the way to the top of the tropopause, or you are, and this is all snow. The hardest ones to predict are obviously the ones in the middle. Not the rain, not the snow. It's the freezing rain and sleet, because it is very hard for models to see the exact temperature. It's going to be at the surface, 500 feet up, another 500 feet up, another 500 feet up, another 500 feet up, another 500 feet up. You guys get it? 4 days from now. You're asking a lot. It's 2025, not 3025. Maybe we'll have that in the future, but why I'm saying that is good news is because this ice forecast could be way off, and I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping this is more sleet. Audrey, welcome to the Climate Crew. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, my Discord's Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Guys, it's awesome. It's really cool Discord if you want to meet some other people who are weather enthusiasts and just, like I said, get those live and daily updates. All right, let's push out to the east here. Yes, the ice goes out east. Louisiana, portions of Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina. We do not want this. We don't want this at all. I'm going to wait until we get into our short ranges to, what is it, tomorrow evening into, what day is today? Into Thursday morning. Because ice is hard. It's hard to forecast, so I'm not going to freak out about this too much yet. There's your sleet. Sleet isn't as dangerous. It's just annoying. Fake snow. Fake snow. How much ice in Atlanta? We're looking at, I mean, look, it's possible to get an inch of ice in Atlanta. That would be very bad. Very bad. Oh, sorry. The Euro thinks it's possible to get almost 3 inches of ice in Atlanta. I'm not even going to entertain that right now. We're just going to pretend we didn't see that. We're just going to pretend we didn't see that because we don't want that. We don't want to put that out in the we don't want to put that out in the universe, right, chat? Let's just pretend that didn't happen. That didn't happen. You guys didn't see that. Let's just move on. We'll talk about it 24 hours from now. Will the hurricane hunters, whoa, chat is flying. We got a lot of people in here. Will the hurricane hunters findings help for the exact track of ice and snow? Well, hurricane hunters don't fly over land, and they tend to just track hurricanes. Listen, we got lots of different, luckily for us in the States, we have the best weather forecasting because we've got a gajillion weather balloons that are put up into our atmosphere above our heads in the United States, in the CONUS, 2 times a day. So we have that mixed with the satellite data. So as we get into our short ranges, we're going to have a good idea about this stuff. But like I said, the ice and sleet is hard to predict. Sat from upstate South Carolina. Traumatized from Helene. Yeah. Yeah, well. Hey, you guys still have a chance for snow here. You can see the national blend of models that we're looking at right now. What are the odds the cold air comes? And guys, if I'm not answering your questions or if you like super chat or gift and I miss it, I'm sorry. You know I'm doing my best. I'm just one person trying to answer as many as I can. But again, I do, like tomorrow morning, I'll be releasing another video going over all this. Snow, ice, sleet, temperatures, everything, everywhere. So if I don't answer you here, it might be in the video. What are the odds the cold air comes and stronger and keeps the low pressure system further south? I don't know. I'll give it a 30-70. I'll give that about a 30% chance still of happening. The confidence in the cold air moving down is pretty wild. So, and you can see how cold it is at the surface, right? It's hard to imagine, right? Here's the thing. You take a look at our actual temperatures down here, and I'm going to start. We'll go into push into the east here. Push into the east here. Look at our temperatures as this snowstorm's moving through. Look at the temperatures as our snowstorm's moving through. Okay, it's 26 degrees in Charlotte. Yet, the model is saying, no, that's going to be all ice, not snow. Okay? I don't know. Look at the temperatures. Now, the Euro has trended a little warmer, but we're still seeing this. It's still going to be snowing here as we get into Saturday afternoon. It's 31. It's below freezing in upstate South Carolina. And then you get into late Saturday evening, it'll still be snowing. You're still below freezing in upstate South Carolina. Again, the problem is warm air aloft pushing in over the surface air, but could be an issue. The system doesn't strengthen as much. That won't be an issue. The system amplifies further into Texas before it tilts. That won't be an issue either. Still a chance for that southern snow. Lord Townsend, I appreciate the sub. Thank you. All of us Northern Delaware educators are praying for a good start. Yeah, I bet you are. And sorry, if, members over on YouTube, I do try to make sure I answer your questions. All right. Do you think the Canadian will come true, and why the Canadian model? Why is the Canadian model so cold? Well, the Canadian model is actually a little bit further north. The Canadian model actually, yeah, look at the Canadian model things. We're as we push through Saturday, we're getting up. The Canadian model, it makes it a little bit warm. I don't think it'll be that warm. Nick, I appreciate the sub. Yeah, we can see what the Canadian model's doing here. I'm going to stay on until we get our latest GFS. I will tell you, though, this sleet accumulates. When you have heavy sleet, it accumulates as snow. It's like kind of heavy snow, but if you sleet for long enough, you're going to be confused in Charlotte if you get this much sleet. You're going to be like, why is there 4 inches of snow on the ground? It's probably just going to be sleet snow, but it's the same thing. It's just heavier snow, basically. It's that wintry mix snow. It's not light, fluffy stuff, but it's still kind of snow. Look at the Canadian tilting. Oh, look at that cold air behind it. That could move in. I did actually want to mention, guys, just for fun. I don't know if any of you have seen what's trying to happen after this. Oh, is that another snowstorm down in the south? Look at Dallas, Louisiana, Mobile, Alabama. What? Atlanta, Georgia, Charlotte. Okay, so there's another. The GFS likes another opportunity right behind it, and then snow up through the Mid-Atlantic again. It's a little far out in the models, but there are a couple models that show more snow for the south after this, or another opportunity for the south after this. So we know that very cold pattern ahead. I'm not going to entertain that too much, too far out. But why is Fayetteville, North Carolina looking? Or what is Fayetteville, North Carolina looking like this weekend? I'm trying to remember exactly where I lived. I know where Fayetteville is. Man, it's gonna be a close call. You guys are in a winter battleground zone there. You could end up being all sleet and ice. I think it's gonna be tough for Fayetteville to get good snow accumulation, but it's still there's still an opportunity. I'm not gonna discount the opportunity for Fayetteville to get good snow accumulation. You're right on the border there with most of these model runs. Let me go into my son is just choosing violence tonight. He is yelling. Holy crap. Emmanuel with the $10 super chat. Please be patient. Us mods will answer questions too. Just to say that. Oh my god, you're a legend, Emmanuel. I know you probably already answered this, but how significant will this storm be for the Houston area? It's going to be tough to get any sort of snow down in Houston. Ice and sleet is a definite possibility in Houston. So I mean, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the precipitation here. Let me go into. Let me see here. I want to go into surface precipitation total. Man, this could be big rainfall, maybe a lot. And then taking a look, yeah, I don't know. You guys should just be in a bunch of cold rain, but for people that don't get the ice and sleet from this, you could end up having flash flooding issues down right here in this region here, because that's a lot of precipitation. And if it's not frozen, it's going to be moving. It's going to be filling up lakes and streams, canals. So something to watch there. And well below freezing temperatures move in right after this fall. So if you do get a ton of rain in Houston up through central to southern Louisiana, up through central to southern, Mississippi into Alabama, that all that water on the surface is going to freeze the next day. And it's going to be an ice skating rink. Something else to consider. Listen, I had no idea chat was going to be going this crazy tonight, and it makes me really happy that I decided to pour myself some pre-workout before I got in here, because I need the energy. Holy crap, you guys are going crazy. How many people we got over on YouTube side? 155 watching on YouTube. Close to a new record over there. TikTok, 900. You guys are wild. I appreciate all you. For anyone who's new in here, I try and stream. I post videos every single day. I'm on all the platforms, and you can join my Discord. It's completely free. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. There's a link to my Discord in every single YouTube video that I post every day, and it's an awesome weather. I'm gonna say it's the best weather Discord out there. If you don't believe me, go and check it out and tell me if I'm lying. I think it's the best. It's a one-stop shop for literally everything weather. All right. Okay, let's speed round. Let's keep answering questions. West Virginia, doesn't matter where you are in West Virginia. Most of West Virginia looks to get targeted. So I'm not even going to try to pretend how much snow you could get in different areas of West Virginia. You're not going to have any issues with cold air. Cold air is going to be there, so don't worry about any sort of some rain, sleet. No, it's going to be cold. I'd say you probably want to be central to southern West Virginia, but northern West Virginia probably gets a good accumulation to 6+ inches as well. The whole state's going to look pretty nice, I think, with this. Sleet in Atlanta, you're probably going to get some sleet. You're probably going to get some freezing rain in Atlanta, yes. I think there's still a possibility you get snow accumulation in Atlanta. Definitely still a possibility. We've all seen the trends of this thing jumping a little bit north. But before that, it jumped a little bit south. That's what the models do. They jump back and forth until we get close enough. So, Morgan, NTX. I know I missed a bunch of people. Nancy Little, I appreciate all of you guys. Jesse Arm. Newport News, Virginia. Yeah, a great place to be, right? That's southeastern Virginia. A great place to be. I'm not too worried about any too much mixing there. It still looks like pretty good snowstorm. Texas with the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. Current best guess for Dallas Fort Worth, snow, sleet. Okay, let me answer that in one question. Guys, give me literally 30 seconds. Sorry, I'm back. I am back, and we're going to answer a bunch of questions. Yeah, current best guess for Dallas Fort Worth. Let's take a look at the national blend. Let's dive down here. Let's go into the central. What is the national blend, son? I like the national blend, but I like to manipulate the numbers up a little bit. National blend likes about 2 inches at Dallas Fort Worth. I'd say a dusting to 4 inches. That's your
thoughts on Central and J.
High end 4 inches. I think you could get 4. I think you could get 4 to 5 inches in Dallas if you're lucky if this trough amplifies a little bit more. The worst, you're probably going to at least have a dusting of snow on the ground. Ice, yeah, it's a bad spot to be. Dallas is a bad spot to be for ice. I'm saying you're lucky if you get out with only a half inch of ice on the ground. So this isn't going to be like the 2019 February freeze, guys, in Texas, but you're going to get ice, and then you're going to get negative wind chills moving into northern to central Texas. Just be prepared for that, okay? Be prepared to be stuck in your home for a little bit. If you need supplies or anything, there is a chance. A lot, people, in the southern portion of this storm that get a lot of ice, there's a chance you're stuck in your home for a little bit and the power goes out and is out for a little bit, okay? We could see widespread power outages, especially, again, Dallas could see it. It's possible. Thoughts on central New Jersey? Pretty good. You can see what the national blend is doing. Do I think you're going to get 17 inches like the national blend sees? No. Do I think 9+ inches is a real scenario here? Yes. I try not to just read off the map. I know that's what some people do, but there's a lot of things to consider when trying to figure out, how much snow everyone's going to get. Sorry, I'm chewing ice in the mic. Let me go back and forth here. Cincinnati snow. Cincinnati, if you want to get snow in Ohio, you want to be in southern Ohio. So Cincinnati, looking pretty good. Let's take a look at the latest Euro. I don't like 18Z runs, though. You guys know that. The latest Euro puts 11 inches into Cincinnati. Why are we using the Cuchero ratio here and not the 10-to-1 ratio here for up north? Does anyone know? Just more education. Fisher, I appreciate the sub. Why are we using snow for North NA? North America? For North what? What was that? SGT, NA? Chewing ice in the mic while talking about ice on the ground is wild. I didn't even realize I was doing that. I'm sorry. That's wild. We're using the Cuchera up here because the other option is to use the 10-to-1 ratio. It's going to be much better than a 10-to-1 ratio up here. You guys could see a 25-to-1 ratio. Do you guys know what a 25-to-1 snow ratio is? What about Franklin, North Carolina? I'll get to that in just a second. No, North Georgia. Yeah, so snow for North Georgia, still a possibility. I give you guys about 30% chance, 30-40% chance still for snow in North Georgia.
What about Fuquay-Varina?
All right, I'll get to these questions in a second. I want to finish my thought here. The other option is 10-to-1. You guys could have 25-to-1 ratio snow. If you don't know what that means, for every 1 inch of precipitation that falls from the sky, I don't know where else it would fall from, that translates into 25 inches of snow. A normal snow ratio, a decent snow ratio, if you're between 26 and 32 degrees, is 10-to-1. For every 1 inch of precipitation that falls, you get 10 inches of snow. Now, you're not supposed to get... now, you could see a half inch. You could see a half inch of precipitation fall up here. And what happens if a half inch of precipitation falls at a 25-to-1 ratio? Can anyone tell me? I'm actually trying to do the math there. You easily get over a foot of snow. Now, Looking at the southern portion, I want to use the 10-to-1 ratio because I think it's going to be closer to that 26 to 32 range down here. So I think down here, you should look at the 10-to-1 ratio. If you're looking at your models, look at the 10-to-1 ratio for the southern portion here. I would also look at the 10. I think it's going to be closer to a 10 to 15-to-1 ratio for New Jersey. All right, let me answer a couple of these. Let me keep answering questions. Kimber, what's going on? I'm getting lost. I'm getting lost in my own chat. Franklin, North Carolina. Franklin, North Carolina. One second, guys. By the way, mods, I'm gonna fix some stuff in the future so you guys can just line up the questions for me so I don't miss stuff. You guys can pick them out and line them up. Okay, what about Franklin, North Carolina? Where's Franklin, North Carolina? I lived in North Carolina. I'm forgetting where Franklin, North Carolina is. Although I forget where everything is lately. Oh yeah, Franklin, North Carolina. You're at a little bit of elevation there. You're probably gonna end up with some decent snow. In Franklin, yeah, you guys are at elevation, right? You're probably gonna end up with some decent snow there. I think on the low end, you probably get 5-6 inches. On the high end, you get over a foot easily, right? Franklin is at elevation right there. What about oh my gosh, that is the weirdest spelled city I have ever seen in my life. Just south of the research triangle, you're in the winter battleground zone. You're in the winter battleground zone. I think low end, you get maybe a dusting to a ½ inch. High end, it's possible you get 8 inches. That's the winter battleground zone. That's really, really, really tough to tell. It all depends on when you get the southwesterly flow of the system. All right, you start getting when does this system start to tilt? Is a southwesterly flow right here that does bring snow into this region, or are we kind of? It depends. It depends. You want to obviously more southerly track here. Let's take a look at the GFS really quickly. GFS. Wait, this isn't the latest GFS. Oh, that's the latest GFS 10-to-1. This isn't the latest GFS, is it? Hold up. One second, guys. Latest GFS is still being very nice. Very nice. Look at, I mean, it's putting almost 3 feet of snow into southwestern North Carolina. Talking about Franklin, Asheville. Okay, and it's putting 14 inches into Charlotte. I think this is off. And this also would put 2 feet of snow into, 2 feet of snow into Franklin. I was talking about the other area in southwestern North Carolina. I think the GFS is a little bit wrong here, though. I think it's a winter battleground zone in the research triangle and in and around that region. So, I think it's super hard to predict until we get into our short ranges. I hate to tell you like 6 inches, like a dusting to a foot, but this is going to be the battleground zone. This is going to be the battleground zone where you could end up with either or. I don't even think it's going to go that far south, but all right, let me push back out here. It's in the national blend. And let me keep answering questions. Long Island? Oh, yeah, not looking bad for Long Island. I mean, I think Long Island, if it has a bad day, still picks up 4 to 6 inches if it has a bad day. All right. Let me not chew my eyes in the mic. Mods, if you want to start pinning messages or pinning good questions or just any sort of questions on TikTok, that would help because chat's flying. So you can just pin questions. I'll begin answering them. Ice for Georgia. Yeah, I'm very concerned about central to northern Georgia. Just be prepared. Be prepared to not have power for a while if you do get the higher end of the ice totals. Yep. Definitely. Definitely, we got to be careful there. We got to be careful in central to northern Georgia, maybe even portions of southern Georgia. The ice could get pretty far south here. We see it on some of the models. Could this trend north and slam Cleveland, Ohio? I don't think it's going to get that far north. No. What's also happening, guys, is we've got a high pressure to the north that's trying to suppress this system. So let's take a look. Let's take a look here. Yeah, let's take a look here. As we move forward in time, there's our system. Now you can see we actually have, here's our high pressure. Okay, this is going to kind of be moving like this. This is going to try to keep most of the snow south of Cleveland, Ohio, and I think it's going to do a pretty good job of it. But, I mean, the Euro still likes a little bit into Cleveland. I mean, I'd say high end, you could still get 6+ inches. You need to get a little bit lucky. You need that high pressure to shift a little bit north. Hey, mods over on TikTok. Could you guys pin some questions? San Antonio, Texas, our power grid. I mean, where do you think the freezing? Thank you guys. Where do you think the freezing line will actually end up? You guys are amazing. Where do you think the freezing line will actually end up sitting at? Yeah, I think the Euro actually is putting it a little too far north now. I still favor this a little bit farther to the south. So our freezing line right here is like this. I think our freezing line could come further south like this. I think it's got to push maybe. I think it could. Yeah, I think it could definitely collapse more, maybe through northern Louisiana, just north of central Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and then upstate South Carolina. Does Maryland look promising for 12 plus inches? It does. Simple answer. It does. Considering the temps will be cold, will all the snow for the mid-Atlantic be an ice concern afterwards? No. No, I don't think so. I mean, it'll get a little bit icy with cold air and wind and snow blowing around, but not like the serious ice they could see in the south. Little Rock, Arkansas, it's a tough one. You guys are right. Sleet, snow, ice. You could end up with a ton of ice, a ton of sleet, or a ton of snow, or a little bit of everything. And I think that's what will happen. I think Little Rock will have a little bit of everything. I think it's very realistic to get 6 plus, maybe even a foot plus in the Little Rock, though. I do think so. Now we should go back here.
How much snow do you think Eastern PA will get?
Do you think Knoxville will get $2 super chat from Joey? All right, let me answer that Knoxville one in a second. I'll answer Knoxville in a second. Super chat. Let me just go back into here. Let's go back into our national blend. This is going to be the best one to look at right now. Again, this is averaging out all our models. This is kind of a cheat code for us looking at the national blend. How much snow do you think Eastern PA will get? Man, I think portions of Eastern PA, if we get the northern track here, could hit 18 inches. Yeah.
Don't buy the store, but at batteries.
Holy crap. $20 super chat from Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you need to stop. That is way too nice. Yep. If you live in the South, don't buy the store, but have batteries, food, a heat source. Like you said, I was talking when I was talking. Sorry, I should have just let it talk. And hopefully you have enough right clothing. Yes, prepare in the South. Great point by Emmanuel, one of our mods. Prepare, but leave supplies for other people. You're not going to be stranded in your home for months. So prepare, but leave supplies for other people. You got to pay attention if you're in the South there, especially with the ice, like I said. Let's see here. I think someone asked about Knoxville, right? Someone asked about Knoxville. Knoxville, high end, man. High end 8 inch. I think high end 8+ inches. Low end, you end up with maybe an inch because you get warm air aloft that pushes in and tries to push some of that snow out. I know that seems like a large range, but that's because we're still 70 to 80 hours out, guys. So once we wake up tomorrow and we get short range models in, we'll be able to consolidate our totals a little better. All right, let's see. Another super chat. Trace. I don't even know how to say that name, but I appreciate you. $5 super chat. How about Birmingham, Alabama? Yeah, interesting one. Let's just fly down into Alabama. Why don't we real quick? Oh, that's South Alabama. We don't want to go down there. Let's see. Why don't I have North Alabama in here? What should I just go to? Tennessee. Let's just go to the Southeast. Region, Southeast. Okay. So, Birmingham's, well, kind of like Central Alabama. Central to Northern Alabama. Why was that like that? So, I'm not going to count out you guys getting 1 to 2 inches into Birmingham because we still could see a little bit more amplification of the trough as it pushes into Texas and a further south track. Not great odds right now. I think that's maybe about a 10% chance. What you guys obviously should be paying attention to is this. This is the national blend for ice, especially in the darker pinks here. I'm just going to highlight it. Not a fun time. Not a fun time if this happens. And a version of this is going to happen, guys. Message retracted. Well, I appreciate the $2 super chat, Josh. Sorry if you asked someone and I missed it. All right. Pittsburgh. I think it's going to be... I think Pittsburgh could do okay. Again, we need the northern track for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh still gets snow if this takes a farther, more southern track. It still does. It still does. Holy crap with the super chats. So I think Pittsburgh gets snow from this regardless. How much is the question? I think Pittsburgh's inevitably getting some decent accumulation from this. What do you think about Baltimore, Maryland? Baltimore, Maryland's in a fantastic spot for big snow. Simple enough said. Josh, I appreciate the $2 chat. Holy crap, $20 from Kimber. Oh my gosh. First super on a live stream. Kimber, I appreciate that. Holy crap. Pat, I appreciate the sub. Emmanuel, dang, looks like ice for Western North Carolina. Oh, you were saying at Emmanuel. Yep. Talking to him, yep. Nashville, Tennessee. I'm going back and forth from TikTok and YouTube trying to answer everyone. Wrong. Monica, I'll answer Nashville, Tennessee. That Big, Blind, Lou, Jack, Joshua. If I'm missing any gifts over there on TikTok, I'm sorry, but I appreciate you guys. Any of the gifts, super chats, even just being in here helping out the algorithm, guys. I really appreciate you and the support and any of the follows or subs. Obviously, I do this every day. So, videos every day as well. Did I see Jordan Feldman? I saw that. You're always in here. What's the chance you think the storm redevelops off the East Coast? You think there's a storm? I think there's a decent chance there. I do need to answer Nashville, Tennessee. Holy crap, Queen with the Galaxy. Holy crap. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Nashville, Tennessee is in a great spot. High end of foot. Low end, I think that you guys still end with 4 to 5 inches. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to keep answering questions. You guys are being incredibly generous to me today, and I'm going to try to, again, answer as many questions as I can. And I'm going to stay up until we get the GFS in. 0-0-Z run tonight is way more important than the runs we're looking at right now because that's new, fresh weather balloon data. Much more accurate data. Mods. If any of my mods are in here, I'm going to send you a message in Discord real quick. If you could read that. I'm going to say try and let me see. Jackson, I appreciate the sub. Pin people. One second, guys. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Okay. I'm back. How am I feeling about Wichita, Kansas? Pretty good. You're not going to have any mixing issues. It's going to be pure snow. So nice snow ratio for Wichita, Kansas. Maybe a 15-to-1 snow ratio. So fluffy, nice fluffy snow. What are we thinking? Snow totals right now. Let's take a look. Let me get this. Let's get this one back onto the national blend. We'll just take a look at the euro because that's actually a little bit closer when the snow develops there. We'll take a look at the euro. I think it's better for you guys. I do think we need to do Kuchera for there. And, man, Wichita could get slammed. I'm just going to say that. I do. I'm using the Kuchera because I think it's above a 10-to-1 ratio. I'm using the euro because when snow beginning to fall in Wichita is much closer. We're only talking less than 3 days, 2.5 days out. So the euro at that distance is pretty good, man. Wichita could get slammed. Big. Michael, I appreciate you. Ebony, Monica, Queen, I appreciate you guys. Exodus, subbed over on YouTube. I appreciate you. And anyone else who I missed. $1 super chat. Do you think the 540 line will move more south? I actually do. For a couple reasons. We've seen the models trend north like 4 runs in a row. They rarely go for 5, 6, 7. Eventually they bounce. They usually bounce back and forth. So we've seen the trend for a while. I did expect the trend for a while. I think we're going to trend a little bit further south. Also,
Murfreesboro TN. I need a foot low.
And I explained this yesterday. The confidence in the cold air is so high. I do think the cold air is going to try and overcome this warm air off the Gulf just a little bit more than some of these models suspect it. This is unlike any cold anomalies we've seen yet this year. This is unlike any cold. We rarely see these cold of anomalies, so the models don't have a bunch of. The algorithm doesn't test them out a bunch, and I think some of this cold air will actually overpower some of that warm air to the south. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the snow line shift a little bit further south. The 540 line shift a little bit further south. Yeah. Philadelphia, PA. Oh my gosh, you guys could have a great day too, guys. This is going to be the winter storm of the year. I'm not. Yeah, high end a foot and a half into Philly. Low end, you get 6+ inches in the Philly right now. I mean, that's at least what it's looking like. And we'll take a look at the national blend so we can take a look and be a little bit more conservative. Again, though, I don't want to use the national blend. I think is assuming a 10-to-1 ratio. Philly's going to have a 15 to 20-to-1 ratio, I think, of snow. So greater accumulation, nicer snow. Charlestown, Indiana. Where is that in Indiana? I can't remember. You're going to want to be in central to southern Indiana for the best chance for some good snow. Obviously, you can see on the national blend here, it could be a tough day if you're north of Indianapolis. Although, and that's because we're going to have a high pressure sitting here to the north trying to compress the snow to the south. Although it's still a possibility we get that snow into northern Indiana. High end in central New Jersey. Oh, I love talking about high ends. High end in central New Jersey, 20+ inches. high end. Lucky snow banding and a good storm track here. We're going to get into our short ranges, like I said, in 24 hours. $2 super chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Southern Indiana, am I in a good spot? You're in a great spot. You're in a great spot, especially with how the models have been trending. Yes.
Southern Indiana.
I don't think you avoid snow. I don't think you avoid snow. You get snow accumulation. And on the high end, there's a possibility you get 6+, maybe even pushing towards a foot if you get lucky snow banding. And we do have this kind of, I don't even think you need a northern storm track. I think you need the storm track we're showing right now on these models. And we're getting closer in time, so the models are going to get more accurate. The consensus is getting better. Didn't react to your super chat. Did I miss it? Did I miss it? Did I miss it? Did I miss it? There it is. Sorry. I must have missed it. Mr. Minty, a $2 super chat. I'm glad I scanned my chat real quick. I appreciate that. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I need a foot. I feel like you could. I feel like we could. I feel like, you see, I mean, Chattanooga, Knoxville is going to be fine. Chattanooga, far southeastern, Chattanooga, Cleveland, Tennessee. That's going to probably be the area that struggles. I don't think, man, I think Murfreesboro could do good. Right there through central Tennessee. Oh man, it's going to be fun tomorrow when we get the NWS high end and expected totals tomorrow night. Yeah, I mean, I'd say high end for Murfreesboro, 14+ inches. I'd say low end, 4 to 6 inches in there. I don't think you guys escape without snow here. Going back to the latest Euro, even though I think it's being a little bit crazy, the Euro just doesn't put snow through central. I know some people are probably getting concerned in Tennessee down here. I think this is snow. I think this is snow. Let's take a look at the GFS. You see the GFS wants snow there. The Canadian tries to do what the Euro's saying. We're cold enough. I don't think that warm air loft overtakes southern Tennessee here. But I'd rather be in Nashville than Murfreesboro, but I still think you're going to end up being okay. But anyways, I'm going to talk about that in my video tomorrow. Once we get the 00Zs out tonight, that'll help us with that region as well. But I still think you guys are going to be okay. I'm actually pretty okay with that region right now. All right, let's get back into National Blend. All righty. Oh, sorry, I might have missed a pin message, guys. I was going back and forth there. Will Southern, let's see. Oh, Northern Tennessee. Yeah, Northern Tennessee's in a good spot. Yeah, high end for Charlotte. I mean, high end for Charlotte, it's still possible to get of 12 to 14+ inches. Low end for Charlotte, you end up in all ice and sleet. I'm not even kidding. You are on the winter. We know how these storms work, right? Here's the National Blend. This is the winter battleground zone here. And the high ends and low ends are going to be drastic in this area. The high ends and low end possibilities are going to be drastic because the difference between 1 and 2 degrees warmer, 1 and 2 degrees cooler is the difference between 1.5 feet of snow and 2 inches of ice and no snow. Big difference. 1 degree. 1 degree. 2 degrees. $2 super chat. Blacksburg, Virginia. Go Hokies. I don't even care where you are in Virginia. Everywhere in Virginia looks fantastic. So Central Virginia is definitely a really great place to be, but the whole state of Virginia looks good. Whether we're looking at the National Blend, whether we're looking at the Euro here. Let's actually go back here. Whether we're looking at the Euro here, whether we're looking at the GFS, whether we're looking at the Canadian might try to bring us a little bit north. Nah, I mean, we're looking really good, and that's why the National Blend has so much confidence in that area. Oh, Hoagies. Listen, I'm ACC, but I'm Florida State. $2 super chat from Jessica. Jessica, I appreciate you. And thank you for any of the follows and subs, guys. Seriously, that's big with helping to grow the channel. Will Southern Connecticut / New York City get anything substantial? Wait, okay, that was from before. Yes, I think you'd rather be in New York City than Southern Connecticut. I feel like the burnt peanut. But again, listen, here's how to look at the National Blend. High confidence for snow if you're in the purples and pinks. That means we have a lot of runs putting down snow in these areas. Decent confidence for snow if you're in the blues. Gets down a little bit further south and up here to the north. And then there's still a possibility if you're in the light to dark grays. There's still a possibility, right? Possibility, okay chance, good chance you get some good snow. Look at it like that. Easiest way to look at it.
Spartanburg, South Carolina.
All right, yeah, let me go through these. Athens, Georgia, snow. It's going to be tough. Going to be tough. Still possible. Still possible. I think at the high end, you end up getting 3 inches. If this cold air pushes that warm air aloft a little bit farther south, it is possible. I'm really concerned about ice. I'm really concerned about ice for Athens, Georgia, though. Spartansburg, South Carolina. Where is that? I can't remember if that's upstate or not. It is. Yeah, I mean, oh, man, this is another hard one. You're in a winter battleground zone for this storm. Your high end and low end is crazy. A foot of snow is possible in Spartansburg, South Carolina. It's also possible you end up with an inch and a half of ice and no snow because you're 1 degree too warm or you're 2 degrees too warm. What's really important for you if you're in a winter battleground zone is what happens over the next 24 to 36 hours with our short-range models and what the National Weather Service starts to see and put together as well. What are the chances for thunder, snow with this system and the potential totals for Washington, Pennsylvania? If you're talking about D.C. and Philly, chances for snow there are fantastic, and they're probably, I think you get a minimum of 4 to 6 inches. You could get much more than that. Thunder, snow, yeah, I'd say it's possible on the southern portion of the system. Yeah, with all that, again, with that warm air punching in aloft, that's when you can get some a little bit of friction in the clouds, and thunder snow is definitely possible. And that probably in the winter battleground zone here, the southern kind of edge fighting for snow down here, you could definitely get some thunder snow through there. Lots of questions. I do appreciate the support, guys. So realistically, 6 to 12 inches is a good prediction for southern Indiana. I think so. I mean, I think on the low end you can end up with 2 to 3. I think, but your ratio is going to be so high, you're going to get such. My only issue, once you get up here, which does include southern Indiana, is you're going to be so cold. Could your snow evaporate? And this happens sometimes. I'm in Minneapolis. This happens all the time where I'm like, oh, there's tons of snow on the radar above us. Why is it not snowing? It's so cold. It's so dry. Your air, it's just, the snow's disintegrating. It's not making it to the ground, okay? When you get really, really cold, too cold. I mean, we want to get cold for a good snow ratio, right? 15, 20 degrees. You start pushing like 15 degrees and below, 10 degrees and below. You're getting really cold, really dry. So, that's going to be the only thing holding you back from having a fantastic day, I think, in southern Indiana. But I think you're going to be okay. I do. I was going to know, as I'm a snow lover. There we go. Yeehaw, ride him, cowboy. Thanks for the cowboy hat, Seth. I'm going to speed answer some TikTok and go back to YouTube here. How is St. Louis looking? Man, not too bad. Again, it's a lot of the snow wants to stay south of St. Louis. I think 6 inches on the high end, maybe an inch on the low end in St. Louis there. And let's see, 700 people in here tonight. There's a lot of people in here. It's a good amount of people over there on YouTube as well. 184. We're getting close to a new record over there on YouTube. You guys are awesome. Nate, what is poppin'? Lehigh Valley. Lehigh. Did I say Lehigh Valley? Or is it Lee? Where? Tennessee? I'm probably spelling this wrong. Oh no, yeah, Lehigh Valley, not Lehigh Valley. Yeah, I got it. I corrected myself. Okay. Yeah, there's a Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania, New York. We're gonna say we're talking about New York, near Auburn, and I don't expect you guys to see that much from the system. You need to be specific with states sometimes. What's going on, Samuel? You're in Mississippi? Yeah, if you want a chance for snow, you better be in northern Mississippi. Central Mississippi, ice could be an issue. Ice could be an issue. What do you think? Randolph County in North Carolina will get. You guys are giving me counties now? You think I'm gonna know? You think I'm gonna know counties? All right, I'll look it up. Randolph County, and I'm spelling that. I'm butchering the name of that. Randolph County. North Carolina. Okay, out there towards Asheboro. You guys are in that battleground zone. I think if you have a fantastic day and things go your way, this might sound crazy, but I think 16 plus inches is possible if everything goes your way here. If everything goes wrong, you're going to end up with a ton of ice and a ton of sleet. Your temperatures are going to be battling between 26 to 34 degrees. The models can't quite make up their minds yet on how much warm air aloft comes in to that county in North Carolina. Stay tuned. You need to pay attention here. Every model update is super important for your area, whether you get slammed with snow or whether you end up with a ton of ice. Lehigh Valley, PA. Allentown region. Yeah, you guys are looking pretty good. High end. I think high end you get maybe 6 to 9 inches. Low end you end up with still 3 to 4 inches. Just based on what I'm looking at right now. I think there's a world where you guys get over a foot of snow in that region, but I'm not gonna jump that high yet for you. Snow might be a little bit farther off the coast. How much snow for Brockton, Massachusetts? I don't know where that is in Massachusetts, but the farther south and east you are in Massachusetts, the better off you're going to be with this storm likely. All of Massachusetts likely sees snow from this storm. Farther out east you are, you could push that 6+ inches, maybe even 9+ inches. The farther out east you are in Massachusetts. He was joking. Please don't give counties. It takes me longer to look up. I know Essex County, New Jersey. That's towards northern New Jersey. I think on the high end, you guys get 9 to 12 inches, and on the low end, you guys still end up with maybe 3 to 6. Not a bad place to be based on our latest storm tracks, the latest data that we have here. Can I see? Let me look at something real quick, and I'm gonna keep answering all of your questions. When will this start and peak? Yeah, sure. Let me take a look at that. $2 super chat.
I feel like they put the ice so far north. Border Chien.
Yeah, again, I'm not super buying the latest Canadian and Euro saying the southern border of Tennessee is all ice. I do think we get some. I do think Chattanooga is going to get some snow here, so we'll see. I'm excited to start getting the GFS in about a new 00Z GFS in about a little over an hour. Really quickly, Spire. Let me go through some of these. Guys, look what the Spire does. Okay, the Spire's tripping here, I think. Spire's tripping here. Getting that snow down there. I think it's tripping here. I don't believe that. So we're just gonna not look at the Spire model. I don't think we're seeing out far enough on our Rufus here. Oh, the 00Z is loading. Maybe at the end of this 00Z run, our Rufus is seeing far enough out. There you go. You start to get your storm developing. Oh, someone asked on the time frame here. Yeah, let's look at the time frame super quick here. All right, getting into. You could get some snow falling as early as Friday morning into Friday afternoon. Here's Friday afternoon. Getting into Friday at midnight, moving into Saturday. So this is midnight going from Friday into Saturday. We've got some snow falling through the central and southern plains, some ice forming down here. Now let's push into Saturday afternoon. Here's Saturday afternoon. Potential major ice storm stretching from northern Alabama all the way out through western Texas. Maybe snow falling from Appalachia all the way out through central to southern Rockies here. Cold rain falling in the south. Let's push midnight transitioning from Saturday into Sunday. So this is Sunday night or Saturday night going into Sunday. This is probably peak stormage. Peak stormage right here. Saturday going into Sunday night and then through Sunday morning. Big. So yeah, definitely that Saturday and Sunday time frames is major, especially as we get late into Saturday. Okay, again, I just quickly wanted to run through, and our National Weather Service here isn't gonna push us out far enough, but it's starting. So you can see on the National Weather Service here on Weather Belt, the snow starting to show up tomorrow. We're gonna start to really see this here. Really quickly on the latest UK, I want to look at all sorts of models with you guys. The latest UK does try to bring the storm a little bit farther to the north. The UK has actually had a good year with winter storms. I don't believe that far of a northern track though. The European AI, let's take a look at the European AI. This is the 18Z. See, the European AI keeps the freezing lines pretty much south of the Tennessee border and through upstate South Carolina. Or sorry, did I say European AI? This is the GraphCast. I'm talking too fast. This is the GraphCast. This next gen, futuristic, best model moving forward, right? That's how Google labels it. It's still learning, but it's done okay this year, and it does keep our 540 line still to the south as of the latest 18Z. So you want a chance for that snow to move south? You got a really good model here that does keep it south. Now, who would struggle on the GraphCast? Southern Indiana, Southern Illinois, Southern Ohio would still probably get some pretty good snow. Really good snow, obviously, through portions of coastal Mid-Atlantic and coastal New England. But you can see why when we look at our national blend, everyone's like, why is the national blend showing snow south of Tennessee into Charlotte into maybe Atlanta? Because you still have models like the GraphCast that give us that opportunity there. So, one sec, guys. Let me get back into speed answering questions here. You were saying that DC area was getting hit pretty hard. Is that still true? 100%. DC is a great spot to be for this storm. If I could pick one area to be for this storm, if I could personally pick one area to be for this storm, and I'm not, you know what? I'm not even gonna use this. We're just not gonna look at where the snow could fall because I've been looking at models enough and I want to kind of average it out in my head.
How much snow is Williamsburg, Virginia expected to get?
You're going to get snow a little bit south of this, a little bit north of this. You are going to get snow south and north of this. This area could get clobbered. Clobbered, especially the southern portion of this area right in there. This area could get absolutely clobbered. Yeah, Philly, DC, Baltimore's in there. And you guys could get clobbered even farther to the south with snow. But Owensboro, Louisville, Nashville, southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, you guys, West Virginia here. I mean, you guys could get clobbered. Central to southern New Jersey, you guys could absolutely clobber with snow here. So I like that. We'll see how this develops, okay? I'm going to continue to obviously update every day on my Discord. Again, if you want to join the Discord, it's completely free. Link to my Discord's in the description of all my YouTube videos. And I'm telling you guys when I go, because I go live, try to go live every single day, and I post videos every single day. I tell you when my videos are going up and or when I'm hopping on live in my Discord. Tons of daily weather updates in there as well. Super chat from Cameron, $5 super chat. How much snow is Williamsburg, Virginia expected to get? It depends what model you look at. Ooh, that was cool. But yeah, I appreciate that. Devin, Chicky. Williamsburg, Virginia. Let me make sure I'm not putting Williamsburg, Virginia in the wrong spot in my head. Okay. Yeah, high end you guys could get a 1.5 feet. Low end, you're kind of in a battleground zone, but I don't think so. I think low end, you guys still do fine. I think low end, you guys get 6 inches of snow. I'd rather be a little bit farther north than that, but I think you guys are fine. Perfectly fine. I think it's a great spot to be. You could see as the Euro wants to put a little bit of ice in the back end there. That's the only reason I'm a little concerned with that. What's the difference in all the models? Where does the information come from? Yeah, so you have different models that are good at different things. You have different snow ratios to look at. You want to read stuff a little bit different. Governor Abbott just declared a state of emergency ahead of the winter storm. Yep, you're going to get states of emergencies through Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, probably Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama, South North Carolina. You're going to get, everyone here is going to get a state of emergency for sure. Texas is now getting close. Not surprised Texas just labeled a state of emergency. You'll probably get that from Oklahoma as well here. They need snow plows, and they're going to need troops if you get a lot of ice to help people out. So here's the difference. Every single weather model has a different algorithm. They all take data that weather balloons and satellites see every day, and they plug it in a little bit differently, and they apply that data a little bit differently. The off-hour runs, the 18Z and the 6Z, don't take fresh weather balloon data. They just take satellite data. They adjust the storm for time. So we love our 00Z. We love our 12Z. So we're getting the 00Z out here in about an hour for the GFS, and that's going to be fresh data. We really like that. The AI models don't take the data and run it through an algorithm to see how the data progresses in the forecast. They take the data, they plug it in, and then they look at every time that the Euro or GFS had some data like this, and what did the Euro and GFS think was going to happen and what actually happened. And the AI learns off of all their mistakes. A whole different way of forecasting the AI models. It's able to look at everything that's ever happened, every setup the models have thought is going to happen before and what actually happened, and it can adjust. So the AI models are definitely going to be the future, but they're still training. Texas, how much ice are we talking about? There are projections of 3 inches of ice in portions of Texas. I don't even want to put that again out in the atmosphere. I don't think that's going to happen. Nathan, I appreciate the sub over on YouTube. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to get 3 inches of ice in Texas. Do I think we could get over 1.5 inches in Texas? 100%. That is concerning. That's catastrophic. that's power out for 3 to 4 weeks, potentially. As long as 3 to 4 weeks. The high end there, if you do get that much ice. Let's push down here into central Texas. Yeah, we don't want this. We do not want this. Especially Dallas. Is Yali in here? Oof. Yeah, we don't want that. Texarkana could be a big target for ice. This is major. We don't want that. Prepare. Don't take everything off the shelves, though. If you have a gas-powered house, get more gas. Get some more water in the fridge. Get some more food. Power goes out. You can't get on the roads. Because it's not just ice that's going to fall. It's not going to get warm right after this. We could have multiple days of below freezing air where your ice remains. You can't travel anywhere. Your power's out. Make sure you're prepared at home. But don't take, don't storm the stores. I know we were crying in Discord about it earlier. Wait, what I miss? NAM is looking like the NAM. It's on the GFS side. Okay. Do we see this in the NAM 12K? I don't even think I've taken a look at the NAM 12K. The NAM has just is always hard to trust. Look at this. I mean, this would probably be, this is actually, let's take a look at that compared to, notice the difference. Sleet. This would be way better. We want this to be sleet. We don't want it to be ice. This would be way better. Regardless, though, for you guys down here in Texas, if you get any moisture on the ground, the air that's moving in right after is going to freeze it on the ground. So, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, oof. Get ready. All right, so that's the NAM. That's as far out as it goes. But obviously tomorrow we get our short range or mid-range models really starting to come in, and the next day we get all our short range models in, which I like, which we love. One second, guys. All right, let's get back into here. Let's see. Trenton, New Jersey. Trenton, New Jersey could have a good day. Trenton, New Jersey could have a good day. On the high end, I think you guys could get 9 inches plus. On the low end, I think you guys are still getting 2 to 4 inches. You guys could push a foot on the high end, realistically, in Trenton with this. Maryland, Eastern Shore, fantastic spot to be. I mean, for tons of snow on the front end. The issue with if you're out on the Eastern Shore in Maryland, you could have a little bit of ice and rain on the back end, which we wouldn't love. We want the short range over long. Yeah, it's a board painting versus detailed painting. Correct, Emmanuel. What about Hazard, Kentucky? If we're supposed to get a lot, most of the state of Kentucky is supposed to get. It doesn't matter where you are in Kentucky. I think you're going to do just fine. And when I say just fine, 6 inches plus, maybe a foot plus in Kentucky. You probably would rather be in central to southern Kentucky. Not up there near Louisville, but I still think Louisville's going to do okay with snow. So we could take a look at the national blend here. You can see the confidence over Kentucky. These purples and pinks, pretty much the entire state. Great place to be. If you guys know Mesomat, if you don't, throw him a follow, sub. My boy does the same thing. He lives in Kentucky. I'm excited for him. Jeffrey, Devin, I appreciate you. NTX, I appreciate all of you. Southeast Tennessee. The Euro is taking snow out of there. So is the Canadian. I'm not on board with that yet. They're being super aggressive with warm air aloft. Even I don't think all this cold air is just sitting at the surface. I think some of it's pushing in just above the ground as well from the north. So I'm not willing to say that you're not getting snow in Charlotte or in Southeast Tennessee yet. Yeah, and if you want a high end and low end, that's a winter battleground zone. It's going to be a very wide range. High end for Southern Tennessee, over a foot. Low end, a dusting. That's a very hard area to tell. Again, 1 to 2 degree difference in the air aloft turns all your snow into all ice or all sleet. It's a big question mark there. Southwest Ohio. Southwest Ohio isn't a bad place to be as well. I think high end you guys get 9 inches. I think on the low end you guys get a couple. Maybe even 2 to 4. Baltimore high end. Oof. 18 inches. High end. Tri-Cities, Tennessee. What's considered the Tri-Cities, Tennessee? Am I going crazy? Someone help me here. I don't know if I've ever heard Tri-Cities, Tennessee. Or I haven't. I'm just being dumb right now. Northern Middle Tennessee. Great spot to be. Nashville region, great spot to be. Central PA trends. I think Central PA, you're gonna have a good snow ratio. You could get a little bit dried out. It's gonna be so cold. Dry air could be an issue. Cold air could be an issue for Central PA. Probably still end up on the low end with 2 to 4 inches. It's not impossible to get 6 to 9 inches through Central PA with this thing, especially at elevation. What's Atlanta looking like? Atlanta's looking like a severe ice storm right now. I hate to say it, but the GraphCast is putting snow down there and driving the 540 line south. So let's hold on to our hopes in Atlanta that we get a lot more snow or at least sleet than ice. It's going to be tough to get snow down there. I'm worried about ice in Atlanta. Just subscribed. I appreciate that. Northeast Kansas. High, low. Man. Northeast Kansas. It's interesting. When you see these light blues, guys, on our models, this is not a big bulk of snow. When it's this shade of blue, you're going to have like little patches of snow. You could have a little snow moving through here, through here, through here, through here. There's going to be areas in this section of light blue that get zero, nothing. Once you get into the darker blues, that's when you typically get more of a wall of snow. There's snow everywhere here, right? So, realistically, northeastern Kansas could end up with nothing. I don't think they will. I think 1 to 2 inches. And on the high end, I think it's possible you push 4 to 6 if you get super lucky with the way that this snow bands in here. Alrighty. DC high would be 20 and low 5. If DC only ended up with 5 inches of snow from this storm, I think you guys, that would blow my mind. I think 5 inches is even too low for a low end. I maybe I'm being crazy. Maybe I'm gonna regret saying this, but I'm probably gonna regret saying this, but I think 9 inches is the low end for DC. I would lock in 9 inches if I had to bet right now. I'd lock in 9 inches as the low end, and it'd be free money. Maybe I'll regret that statement, but I love where DC is with this storm. So, North Carolina, you're gonna want to be in the mountains. You're gonna want to be in central to North Carolina. Although multiple models still bring the 540 line south into upstate New York and out towards the coast here in North Carolina. OBX. Let's wait a little bit. I still think a good snow accumulation into Charlotte out through the research triangle is definitely possible. Gemini, I appreciate that. Alrighty, let's see here. Nashville's in a great spot. Get ready for some good snow in Nashville. I'd say high end a foot, low end maybe 6 inches, but I think it'll be okay. New York City, highest we can get. I mean, there's models that show 2 feet into New York City. I think if you have a good day, you end up with a foot into New York City. A little bit of city warming, maybe 14 inches. Look at the icon. Sure, I'll do that for $2 super chat. No, I appreciate you, Cynthia. I really appreciate that. Seriously. Yeah, let's take a look at the latest icon. The 00Z is still loading in. Yeah, the icon keeps snow actually a little bit farther south in some of these areas too. This isn't fully done loading that. We need to wait till the icon's completely done loading here. Oops, we don't want to be in Europe. Let's wait till the 00Z is done, and then we'll go back to the icon there. Thanks for calling out. That is loading. Why are we in Europe? Thank you. Thank you very much. Huntsville, snow or ice or both. Ice and sleet are your best, are most likely to happen. Again, we still have some globals here liking snow further south, and I can see that happening. I can 100% see that happening. This Arctic air is not common. The models don't deal with this a lot. Algorithms aren't built for negative feels like temperatures to be moving into Texas, Arkansas, northern, or portions of Tennessee, northern Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. So the algorithms aren't built to really understand fully how cold this air is going to be driving down here. So yes, we're expecting warm air aloft. The models are going to struggle, I think, with the battle. And that's why you see here's the European, and then you suddenly move over to the GFS, and it's all sleet. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. So that's why I want to get into our short ranges here. Next 24 hours, we will. I think short ranges are going to come actually 48 hours out. 48 hours out. Dallas, Texas. I'm mostly concerned with your ice. You're going to get. I think Dallas, Texas does get some snow accumulation from this. Maybe a few inches if you're lucky, at least an inch if you're unlucky. I think ice is the big story for Dallas, and you guys are under a state of emergency right now. I guess Abbott announced that. It's snowing lightly in northwest Illinois right now. Yeah, we got some snow moving towards Chicago, Milwaukee as well, out towards Davenport. Wait, you said it's snowing in northwest Illinois? Oh, yeah. At a decent clip, I think, too. Right? Yeah. 1993 all over again, minus the wind. No, 1993, the storm got a little bit farther south. I do think we could have 1993 snow totals through this corridor. The difference is the 1993 snow totals were a little bit more tilted, right? The storm of the century was more like this. You actually had snow much farther to the south and much farther to the east. Snow total wise and people affected wise, it could rival. I think on the high end, it could rival the 1993 storm of the century just by the amount of ice and snow that could fall. This is going to affect 150 plus million people, they're saying. Yep. South Carolina, man, ice is the main concern. Not impossible to get some snow in upstate South Carolina still. Let's see what the models do tonight. Let's see what the 00Z GFS does tonight. Just subs. I appreciate that. Wait. Is it? That's weird. Isn't my thing supposed to pop up when people sub? That's weird. Let's see. I'm like, wait, what? Did I mess something up? Let me see something real quick. Beep, beep. And then let's do this. Okay, we should be good. Philly, low end 6 inches. I'm saying it. I don't care. Yeah, high end like 12 to 18. I mean, Philly's gonna have a field day, I think. Memphis, Tennessee, highs and lows. Tennessee is interesting because the latest Euro is trying to obviously divide the state here. And I think snow stays a little bit farther south in Tennessee. Yeah, if you guys have a really good day in Memphis, Tennessee, you're getting over 9 inches of snow. If you have a bad day, you probably still end up getting 3 inches of snow in Memphis, Tennessee right now. Yeah. GFS 00Z is rendering now? That seems earlier than normal, no? Oh, yeah, it's not yet on Motherwell. Jacksonville, North Carolina. Oh, yeah, Jacksonville, North Carolina. I'd be concerned about ice. Don't expect snow out there. It's not impossible to get snow out there from the system, but you got to be concerned about ice out there. And you're going to get a lot of rainfall probably out there, cold rain. And right after that system moves out, cold air moves in, it's going to probably freeze the surface in Jacksonville, North Carolina. So freeze, ice. That's a concern out there. Not going to discount the chance for snow, but I don't think you're gonna get much. Connor, I got a question. Lunar, what's going on? Hey, Joseph with the sub. Southeastern Pennsylvania, low to high, 6-inch low, 18-inch high. Yeah. When do new models come out? Well, on Weatherbell, my lips are so chapped. Sorry, guys. On Weatherbell, you can clip maps here. I'm a Florida boy living in Minnesota. What can I say? My lips are like in pain 24/7. Yeah, so you can see right here. The Euro usually comes out close. So say it's a 06Z, that's 6 a.m. The Euro is going to come out closer to 5:36, closer to that time. On the GFS comes out like an hour and a half before the time. So say we're looking for the 12Z or the 00Z, the good runs. Instead of coming out at 12, the GFS is going to start loading closer to 10, about an hour and a half, maybe to 2 hours before. But in general, the models start loading somewhere between 2 hours. So it's you have to remember 6 a.m. It's midnight, 6 a.m., 12 in the afternoon, and then you get into 6 in the afternoon, back to midnight. They start loading. The earliest ones start loading. The NAM starts loading like 3 hours ahead of time. The GFS about 2 hours ahead of time. The Euro about an hour or 30 minutes ahead of time. So I'm not going to give a whole lesson on that right now. But yeah, there you go. Yep. All right. So would you say DC is a lock for only snow and 5? Yeah. If DC only gets 5 inches, you guys are the most unlucky people on planet Earth, the way the system is moving right now. The system's got movement. It's been 9.5 years and 3,626 days since I got a 7-inch snowstorm on the east side of Newark in Ohio. Let me see something. Yeah, you've been keeping track of this. I remember you've been in here. Yeah, you've been keeping track of this. Oh man, I don't know. Central Ohio. There's a chance in Central Ohio you get more than 7 inches. I think the high end's 9. So hold on to hope with this storm. Hold on to hope with this storm. All right. JR. I appreciate you. Assassin, I appreciate you. D, I appreciate you. Pearly. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you for any of the follows, any of the subs. I appreciate you guys, seriously. Super chats, engaging here in the chat. Again, I try to post videos every single day. I try to live stream every single day. Got an awesome weather Discord. Link is in the description. All my YouTube videos. Join. Tons of weather enthusiasts in there. Live and up-to-date weather information every single day. All right, I'm going to speed round and answer more questions here real quick. Let me just pull something up. I want to show you guys something, okay? We're going to continue to answer all these questions. Holy crap. A galaxy from Arsh. Arsh. Seriously, I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate you. Holy crap, guys. Okay. Yeah, let me show you guys something. Thank you, guys. I want to open Discord real quick. I actually, do I have it open? Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. We added some more stuff to the Discord. Every single day, this stuff is updated. If you guys want to join the Discord, again, there's a link in all my YouTube videos. It's Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Easy to find. And just really quickly, this will take me about 20 seconds. Here's the Discord. Every single day, if you look in here, snowfall updates. 24 to 48 hour snowfall from the National Weather Service. National blend of models, 120 hours out, so 5 days out, national blend of models. You guys can go in here and see what your totals could be on the blend, which is good at about 5 days. Winter storm updates. We'll get to, this is official National Weather Service in here as well. 72 hours out, official, about 48 hours out in the HRRR short range models. You guys get to look at all the, I'm just putting the best models you should look at in here, so you don't have to worry about going to Pivotal Weather or Weather Bell or having subscriptions and doing all that crap. I use my subscription and I put it all in Discord so you guys can see all the best models, look at all the good stuff. Temperature wise, same thing. Day 1 highs, day 1 lows, day 2 highs, day 2 lows, 6 to 14 day outlook, 10 to 14 day outlook. Rainfall updates every single day. What's the severe risk? Tornado risk, high wind, hail, wildfire, earthquakes, droughts, volcanoes, ENSO, MJO forecast, storm reports. And guess what? If there's a tornado warning, my Discord is linked with the National Weather Service. It immediately goes in here. Severe thunderstorm warning, PDS warning, anything within 3 seconds. It's in here. You can click on it. It has AI. You can ask it, hey, is this tornado going to hit my house? And it'll try to give you a good answer. There's lots of people, plenty of talking in here. This is where I announce when I'm going live. This is where I announce major things that are developing in here. So anyways, yep, you want to join Discord? Link is in the description of all my YouTube videos, guys. And it's Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Let's get back to speed answering everyone's questions. We're adding stuff to the Discord every day. We're trying to improve it. Oh, someone gifted a cowboy hat. Yeehaw, ride him, cowboy. Lehigh, I appreciate that. Arsh, holy crap. Arsh, you're going crazy with the level spaceship. Oh my gosh. Seriously, if I missed any gift or any super chats, I'm sorry, guys. You guys are being extremely generous. Thank you. Let's get back to answering questions. Could Birmingham, Alabama finally get snow? I don't think it's going to be this storm. You may end up with what looks like snow on the ground because I think you could get a little bit of sleet accumulation in the Birmingham, Alabama. Probably not snow. Ice, it could be a very big issue, though. Ice could be a very big issue in Birmingham, Alabama. Hey, Connor, my birthday is the 25th. What are the chances the snow will reach the Gulf Coast of Texas? Oh, well, first, happy birthday. I think there's a small chance, maybe a 20% chance you get sleet accumulation towards the Gulf Coast of Texas. Snow, probably not, unfortunately. You're probably going to be absolutely freezing. I mean, 30 degrees below average for your birthday, though, which can be fun in Texas, right? You guys don't get to put on jackets too much. Ella, I appreciate the sub. All right. McMinnville, Tennessee. I've heard that a million times, and I'm not remembering where Tennessee is. I mean, Tennessee is. I know where Tennessee is. Oh, there's a McMinnville, Oregon, too. Okay, so you guys are central. You guys are directly in the winter battleground zone. I mean, your high end to low end snow possibilities is going to be crazy. 12 inches on the high end, a dusting on the low end. I don't think you're going to end up with the dusting there. I do think you get snow accumulation, maybe good snow accumulation into McMinnville, Tennessee. Central North, New Jersey trends. Up. That's all I'm going to say. Put your seatbelt on, New Jersey. It's about to snow a lot. Lubbock, Texas. Yeah, Lubbock, Texas. Look at this. Ice, big concern. We don't like that. Snow on the back end, definitely. I think it's inevitably going to snow in Lubbock, Texas. My question is, does it accumulate? Probably. You probably get a couple inches at least in Lubbock, Texas. High end, maybe you get super lucky, get 4 inches. I don't think you're going to get that much, though. I would say 1 to 2. What do our models think in Lubbock, Texas? Our models actually give Lubbock, Texas a chance to get maybe even, it's always hard to tell. Lubbock, yeah, Lubbock's for 8. Okay. So yeah, it's really just kind of, if you want to go straight west from the Red River Valley, the national blend thing, I mean, thinks you could get 6 inches on the high end. It's possible. You're gonna get some snow. Ice is a big concern for Lubbock, though. Philadelphia, expect to have a field day with snow. It's gonna be great. I'm not even gonna go into specifics when it comes to DC, Baltimore, Philly anymore. Kentucky, West Virginia, most of Virginia. You guys are getting slammed. Congratulations. Oklahoma, congratulations. I don't know if you're in Red River Valley, but congratulations. Northern Arkansas, congratulations. You just won the snow lottery, all right? Long Island, you're probably going to end up doing really nice, too. Congratulations. Biggest winter storm of the year. Wait, am I still connected over on TikTok? It says I'm not connected. I am. Okay. Brent, I appreciate you. Carolyn, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Lake Norman, North Carolina, battleground zone. Your totals, your high end, your low end is extremely wide right now. It is possible to get 14 inches into Lake Norman or into the Lake Norman communities north of Charlotte. It's possible you get just a ton of ice. That's a battleground zone here. Models don't. It's going to be the difference between a degree or two with your temperatures aloft. Houston, listen. It's going to get icy. It's going to be all rain at first, maybe a little ice on the back end, and then you're going to get temperatures into the 20s and maybe teens, high teens moving in, and your surface is going to freeze over. I don't expect snow in Houston. It's not impossible to get maybe a little bit of sleet accumulation, but I don't think you're going to get snow. You're going to get cold rain and probably some ice. Not actually freezing rain, but the surface is going to freeze over after the storm moves through. Boone, North Carolina. Oh my gosh, there are totals. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I've going through the models. You'll see some models that show 34 inches possible. There, I think that's a little bit too much. But yeah, 1.5 feet into Boone is. I actually wouldn't even be shocked. The Euro tries to put a warm face in. I think you're fine in the mountains though. Can you show me the percentage? 1, 3, 6, 12 inches of snow. Oh yeah. We can do that. You guys want to have some fun here? We'll take a look at the GFS ensemble first. Winter probabilities. An inch of snow. Here's what the GFS thinks just through this weekend, basically. Your chances are of getting at least an inch of snow. If you're in any of these highlighted colors, the GFS thinks you have an opportunity to get accumulating snow here. Once you get into yellow and above, that's a 50 to 100% chance. Let's draw the line out for you, even though most of you guys have eyes. Oh, I don't know. I say, even though all of you have eyes. Yeah, guys. Even though most of you have eyes, 50 to 100% chance of at least an inch of snow. That's how the GFS sees it. Who has a chance of? Let's just go crazy. Where does the GFS see a chance of over a foot of snow? There it is. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at this. So, there it is. Let's take a look at the European ensemble. And then if you want to go to 6 inches plus, there you go. If you're in any of these colors here, that does include Charlotte, most of Tennessee there. Chance for 6 inches plus, obviously. The mid-Atlantic, it's basically giving it to you. European ensemble, an inch or more of snow. There it is. Still surprising you have this all the way, pushing down a little bit farther into Mississippi, in northern Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, upstate South Carolina. You still have those chances for snow accumulation. There it is on the Euro, though. Let's take a look here. So, yeah, if you're north of this line, Euro's giving you a 50 to 100% chance, right? I mean, in there, a foot of snow. There you go. There's where the Euro thinks could see over a foot of snow. I wouldn't be surprised if this shifts a little bit south tomorrow. Just saying. Canadian, an inch or more of snow. There you go. A foot of snow. There you go. You guys notice anything about all these model runs? Remember what I circled earlier? Yeah. Look, this is a chance of getting over a foot of snow, and I think you could get way more than a foot of snow in some of these areas. All right, let me get back to answering questions. Our GFS is not loading yet correctly, or it's about to be. Okay, the GFS is starting to load in. We have a 00Z GFS loading in, guys. That's exciting. That's exciting. It's not totally loaded in yet, though, so we're going to stick on our Euro for a second. Anyone joining the Discord, you'll be given full access after the live. Yeah, actually, I think I changed the permissions. I think I did it right. I think everyone who gets in can instantly see everything now. I literally looked at that right before I got on live. Let me actually I'll actually do that real quick. And then, guys, if your question hasn't been answered, I'm about to literally, wow, we got a lot of people joining the Discord. Holy crap. Holy crap. Wow, you guys are awesome. All right. Literally give me 30 seconds, and then I'm dead serious. I'm going to try to answer like 100 questions in the next 5 minutes. I'm just going to add all you right now. Make you the Climate Crew. Anyone who's joined the Discord, Connor's Climate Corner HQ, check the Discord out. It's awesome. There's tons of awesome things in there. Updates every single day. You'll see me talking in there, and get prepared. Okay, yeah. I guess I should finish this after, actually, because there's so many people. Wow, that's awesome. You guys are incredible. Okay. Let me finish my pre-workout. Ready? I'm about to answer a ton of questions, and I'm probably going to get... My voice is going to run out. Low to high for Atlanta. Low, Atlanta gets no snow. High end totals, maybe Atlanta gets an inch or two. That's what I realistically think. Maybe 3. I'm leaning towards none. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be sleet and ice. But what does the GFS 00Z do? If the GFS 00Z shifts north and it starts copying these other models too, I'm going to be annoyed. Low to high for Rhode Island. Man. High end, 12 to 14 inches. Low end. See, this is hard because now we're getting out towards 120 hours when this thing is way up the coast. Low end 3 to 6, but I think you guys are going to be okay. Low high end for Richmond, Virginia. I think Richmond, Virginia is going to do really good. You want my serious high end for Richmond, Virginia? Yeah, 16 plus inches. Low end, 4 to 6 inches. Low end. If you have a horrible day. A lot of people just want the high low end. I'll give you my opinion, and I'm not just going off of the Euro model. I mean, we'll take a look at the national blend to give a little bit better of an average. Yeah, Little Rock, you guys have a good day, you get a foot. You guys have a bad day, I think you still get 3 to 5 inches if you have a bad day. No chance for South Carolina to get snow. Stupid question. No, there is. Upstate South Carolina could still end up on the high end with 6+ inches of snow. It's possible. Let's see what the 00Z GFS does. It's loading in right now. Sandy, Mikey, I appreciate you. Trish, I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Okay, heading to bed. Thanks, Connor. No problem. Desream, I appreciate you. Thank you for becoming a member on YouTube. I am trying to make a big push on YouTube, so I really appreciate you guys. Arsh, holy crap, whale diving. Oh my gosh. You guys are... Arsh, seriously, thank you for the support. Seriously. Low to high, Eastern North Carolina. Nothing. Eastern North Carolina on the low end. It depends. Central to northern Eastern coast, if we're talking about like the OBX on the high end, yeah, you guys can end up with 6 inches, but you could end up with all ice and sleet. That's part of that winter battleground area there. Laura, I appreciate that. High end in Oklahoma City, I would say over a foot. Yeah. Low end, you're probably getting 4 to 6 inches on the low end. I think if you have a bad day in Oklahoma City, if you have a really bad day, it could be like 1 to 2, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think snow drifts that far north. I think 4 inches low end. All right, Raleigh, North Carolina. If you have a bad day, you probably get an inch or two with a ton of ice and sleet. If you have a really good day, yeah, you guys could push 9+ inches easily. New Jersey, most of New Jersey is. I don't worry about New Jersey. You guys are all going to get snow. Central to southern New Jersey could be the target. Atlantic City, oh my gosh, you guys could see 14+ if you're lucky, I think. High low for Bowling Green, Kentucky. Anywhere in Kentucky could see over a foot. I don't think anyone in Kentucky sees under 4 inches. The way we're looking right now, looking real nice, especially from the National Blend. Bowling Green's a great place to be, though. That's kind of central, southern, southwestern. That's a great place to be. Bowling Green could be a nice area in Kentucky for the high end. Omaha snow totals. Well, you're not seeing much snow up on the National Blend. We do have some runs that put a little bit more up there. I think high end you just get a couple inches in Omaha if you're lucky with some of this snow banding, but you might just get a dusting up there. You guys are gonna get close to setting record cold temperatures though. Far north Georgia, same thing. You could end up with all ice and sleet. I think you could end up with a few inches of snow though. High end 6 inches of snow in far north if you're lucky in far north Georgia, definitely. Dallas, the National Blend still gives you a nice confidence. I like this. The National Blend's still trying to put a couple inches into Dallas, telling me that maybe 3 inches if you're lucky. Again, the biggest concern, Dallas, you guys could see an inch of ice. Prepare. Water, food. If you have a gas-powered house, which most around Dallas won't, but extra gas. You know what to do. Don't destroy all the stores. Don't take everything off the shelves. Share with your neighbors, but ice is my big concern in Dallas. Ole Miss. Where is Ole Miss in Mississippi? That's actually one I'm not sure about. Is that in Jackson, Mississippi? Farmville, Virginia, high and low. Everywhere in Virginia looks good. Far southeastern Virginia, there's a small chance you end up with ice and sleet over snow. I think it's all front end snow into Virginia, though. Most of Virginia has a chance of seeing over a foot. And I think the low end, if you have a really bad day, far southeastern Virginia, maybe you only end up with 3 to 4 inches. Yeah. GFS is moving north. Uh-oh. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the 00Z GFS. This isn't very loaded in. What are you looking at this on? What are you looking at this on? Pivotal weather? I don't think we can really. What do you look at? Is Tropical Tidbits ahead? Let me see. Sometimes Tropical Tidbits is ahead. Okay, let's look at Tropical Tidbits here. Is this the 18Z? No, Tropical Tidbits is behind. You think this is moving north on the GFS? I think it's too early to tell unless I'm going crazy. 18Z. Let's take a look here. 18. Let's go to 00Z. The latest GFS is coming out here. 00Z, 18Z. Who said that? Who said that? Yeah, I don't see it either. Charlotte, you guys are in the Winter Battleground Zone. Charlotte's a crazy spot to be. There's a couple crazy spots to be. What you call it? Chattanooga, out towards Raleigh, the Research Triangle. The difference in a 1 or 2 degree temperature in your air aloft could be the difference between you getting a foot of snow and you getting no snow at all. You guys really need to pay attention to this forecast over the next 24 to 48 hours. Yeah, Asheville, there's models that put down like 3 feet of snow in Asheville. I think that's crazy, but 1.5 feet wouldn't be surprising in Asheville. As long as these models don't trend crazy north, which I don't think they're gonna. All right. Can't wait for this to load. Yeah, it's like watching paint dry, waiting for the models to load in when you're excited. I know. Believe me, I know. All right, let's get back here. Greenville, North Carolina. Casey, $1 super chat again. I appreciate you. Greenville, North Carolina. Thank you, Casey. Greenville, North Carolina. Yeah, Greenville's up here, right north. It's up. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing it on the map. I know where Greenville is. That's Greensboro. Isn't Greenville in South Carolina? Is there a Greenville, North Carolina? Is there Greenville, North Carolina? It's probably Greenville everything. Oh, out there. Yeah, you guys are right on that winter battleground line too. It's extremely hard to tell right now whether your temperature is a degree or two cooler, allowing that to all be snow, or if it's going to all be ice and sleet. Pay attention to the forecast here. You guys, I've been talking about this kind of area. If you're in here, right? If you're out, This region in particular, I know it's hard to tell what I circled there, but that whole area could end up with snow, could end up with nothing. It's the difference between a couple degrees, maybe even 1 degree. High and low for Denver. Oh, man, Denver's not expected to get much. Denver high, maybe 4 to 6 inches. Low end, maybe an inch or two. Yeah. They're saying 13 plus for Fredericksburg. Are you talking about Virginia? Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, easily. Easily. Philly high low. Philly could see if Philly, everything goes perfect for Philly, you guys could easily see over 12 inches of snow, over 14 inches of snow. If you have a bad day, I think you still get 4 to 6 inches. If you have a terrible day and everything goes wrong. GFS loading in. Yeah. What day is the storm supposed to hit New Jersey? Kev, I appreciate the $2 super chat. Saturday night, moving into Sunday morning. Expect that snow to be moving in. Let's take a look. When could the heaviest snow be moving through New Jersey? Maybe some decent winds too. You don't want winds though. You don't want this snow to be snowblown. Sunday afternoon. Right now is the target. So, yeah, you guys could be in a big snowstorm while you're watching the conference championship games. Raleigh, North Carolina, winter battleground zone. Some models are going to tell you a foot. Some models are going to tell you none. A bunch of ice. 24 to 48 hours, our short-range models are going to adjust that and try to give us a good answer of what's going to happen. Again, a 1 to 2 degree change changes everything for you guys in the winter battleground zone there. Wichita Falls, Texas. Oh, yeah, that north. That's right near that Red River Valley region too, right? So, yeah, I mean, oof. Yeah, you guys on the high end, I think you guys on the high end could end up seeing close to 9 inches of snow. On the low end, I think you guys still get snow. On the low end, I think you guys still get snow. At least a couple inches. 1 to 2. What would push the 540 line south? There's a couple things that could. Cold air moving in behind this high pressure, really trying to amplify, really trying to drive farther south. You get a little bit of amplification of this trough. That's going to, here's the issue. And I talked about this earlier in the stream. If we get a stronger storm, the stronger the storm gets, the more opportunity we have for the system to tilt. Again, we're in the northern hemisphere. We have a low pressure here. We have a low pressure here. Air's going to circulate around this winter storm counterclockwise. What happens? You're bringing in warm air off the Gulf, warmest air on the planet, one of the warmest bodies of water on the planet, and you're shoving it into the mid layers here. So while you're freezing on the surface here, and you're like, wow, I'm below 32 degrees. Why is it not snowing? Right above your head, it's like 34 degrees. Not letting that rain turn into snow yet. Liz, I appreciate the sub. Stronger snowstorm, though, puts a ton more snow, amplifies the snow north of the ice. If you get a weaker snowstorm, a lot of this ice down here is actually snow. A lot of this ice down here is actually snow. There is a world where everyone is satisfied here, and that's our cold air just overtakes. It overtakes our warm air trying to pull in that southerly flow from the Gulf, and we still get the tilt. We still get a ton of snow to the north, and we have a farther southern winter. We have a farther southern track. Storm of the century, 1993. That's what happened. It overamplified, and everyone got snow, and everyone was happy pretty much. Yeah. Will Lubbock get more snow or ice? Well, I hope it gets more snow than ice. But right now it could get the same amount of both. Maybe an inch of snow, an inch of ice. I'd worry about the ice more than snow. You're probably going to get a little bit of accumulation in Lubbock, though. But prepare for that ice. You probably are going to get some accumulation. You could get up to 3 probably inches in Lubbock. I don't know. Maybe a little bit more. It's going to be cold down there. You don't really have... I don't think you have as big an issue with that warm air loft through central to western Texas. Give me some hopeful snow totals. Gaffney, South Carolina. Where the heck is Gaffney, South Carolina? Is that an upstate? Hey. High end, you end up with over a foot of snow. Low end, you end up with an inch and a half of ice. Let's hope we get the snow for you. Let's take a look at the latest GFS. 00Z, it's loading in. Okay, here we go. I mean, it's not trending north like the others. Let me see this. Let's go 00Z. 18. Slightly north, maybe. Let's look at the 540 line. Not much. We're going to let this keep loading. Let me just look. 18Z. A little bit. It's not doing what the other models are doing, though. Are we getting more of a tilt? A little bit flatter? Again, if it's a little flatter, notice if our system here looks a little flatter and not as tilted, you're not going to have that pull of as strong a pull of that warm air off the Gulf and Atlantic here to ruin your snow further south. So, interesting. I'm not seeing this huge northern shift from the GFS yet. Still snow opportunities in upstate South Carolina, Charlotte, all of Tennessee, maybe even northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, northern Georgia. So GFS is still keeping the snow system further south. It's not tilting the system as much. This would be a horrible time for all of our folks up here who want big snow, right up in this region. Southern Indiana, Southern Illinois, Southern Ohio. But let's let this keep loading because we could still get a good tilt out of this. Let's let it keep loading and we'll continue to go back to it. But down in the south, it's still holding. You can see that this is it's not even fully loaded yet, and you still have this snow all the way through southern Tennessee. You still have a snow line that's much farther south than the European right now, and it has a lot more to load. There's going to be a lot more snow that shows up on this. So let's just give it a second. Interesting, for sure. No major shift north in the GFS. So, 0-0Z Euro is going to be a big tell tonight because it's already shifted north 3 or 4 runs in a row. I don't think it's going to do it 5 runs in a row, but it could. But if you see a shift back south from the Euro, I'm telling you that's a much bigger development than most people think, because we're only 48 to 72 hours away from the storm beginning to develop. And if with this 0-0Z tonight, the Euro shifts slightly back south, you're going to start to see people come into some more of a consensus. But who knows? Could stay, could shift north. We're going to see. I think the GFS has been accurate, though. The GFS has done much better this year than it has previous years. I'll say that. Hoping it stays flat for Brevard, North Carolina. Hoping it does for you, too. Southwestern Missouri still looks like a pretty good spot. I think on the high end, you can get 9+ inches. On the low end, you're still getting 3 to 4 inches of Southwest Missouri. On the high end, you can get more than 9 inches of Southwest Missouri, actually. GFS called this last storm hugging the coast. Well, the GFS saw the southern snow, a little bit of that fell into like Georgia and Florida, saw it way before the Euro, but neither of them are too accurate on the snow totals. The Euro did better, though. Snow totals with that one. Let's see. Oh, my God. 1 second. Euro, hope it's staying north. Hey, we're going to figure out. We're going to learn tonight. We're ready for the snow in southeast Missouri. You're going to get some. It's coming. It's inevitable, like Thanos said. Newport, Tennessee. Newport, Tennessee. I got to close my window because it is like negative 10 degrees here, and my window's open, and I have socks on, and they're freezing. My toes are freezing. Newport, Tennessee. Man, high end, you guys could get 14+ inches. Low end, I think you still end up with a good amount, maybe 4 to 6 inches if you get unlucky. Let me close my window real quick. It's right here, so give me 2 seconds. Holy crap, I'm going to have to get my toes amplified. Wait, what was that? Oh, Ali sent 5 Connor's Climate Corner gifted memberships on YouTube. Whoa. Yeah, allow gift memberships. Yes. Wait. Yeah, did I? Whoa. Ali just gifted 5 memberships over on YouTube. Guys, over on YouTube, I do try to, if you become a member on YouTube, I think, what is it? It's only $2 or $3 a month. 5 cents a day. But I try to make sure, I try to obviously prioritize members' questions. It's tough sometimes when you get a lot of people in. I'm blessed to have so many people in my streams lately, but I do try to prioritize those. I do appreciate the support. I'm not just prioritizing people who are a member or people who've gifted. I try to answer everyone's questions. But obviously, I want to show support to people who show me support as well. But you all are helpful being in the stream and helping out the algorithm. So I appreciate all of you. Yo, oh, right. Wow. Ali, oh my gosh. Ali, you're the bomb. Hey, Connor, what should I prepare for here in Atlanta? Prepare for a big ice storm. I'm not saying it's going to happen, that's one of the main targets for Atlanta. On the worst case scenario, you could be without power for 2 to 3 weeks. Best case scenario, you only end up with like a 1/4 inch of ice. You're probably not, the roads are probably not drivable. I think the best case scenario, you still have ice on the ground, and it's really still hard to get around Atlanta for a while. So this ice is going to start falling as we get into Saturday afternoon, and you could have ice falling all the way through Sunday afternoon. So, yeah. And then after that moves through, a little bit of rain on the back end, and then absolutely the coldest temperatures of the year in Atlanta. So you're going to have that rain freeze over on the ground as well. You guys are going to be under a state of emergency probably tomorrow. They're going to put you in one. Nothing to freak out about, but have a little bit of water, have a little bit of extra food in the house. So don't plan on going anywhere over the weekend, I would say. Once Saturday rolls around, plan on staying inside. Saturday and Sunday likely. Stamford, Connecticut, high and low. Man, high snow total, 9 to 12 inches right now with what we're seeing. Low end, I think you guys still do fine. I think low end maybe 4 to 6 inches. I think you guys do fine, 3 to 6 inches. That's on a bad day. Cincinnati. Cincinnati, let's take a look. The GFS is still loading. The GFS is not very nice to... Whoa. Okay, so this is a shift north on the GFS, but it's still...
If the GFS is right, I'm punting my phone.
If Joe's right, I'm punting my phone. $5 super chat from Manuel. You're crazy. So the beginning of the storm still puts snow further south on the GFS, but look at the amplification here. There you go. The GFS and Euro like the snow up into central Illinois, potentially central to southern Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. This is looking better for Indianapolis. There it is. Let's take a look at the latest surface winter from the GFS. How has the snow moved around? Let's quickly look. This is the 000 run, guys. This is fresh new data. These are the runs I get excited about. It's not moving. It's not just using satellite data. It's using weather balloon data. Okay, here's the latest GFS. Okay, 000Z, what was it before? Okay, see, slight shift north here. Still trying to put an inch down into Dallas, but a slight shift north here. Lubbock still looks really good on the GFS. I mean, look at this. Look at Oklahoma. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to use the 10 to 1 ratio for you guys. I think this is more realistic. But it's more realistic, and you still got 13 inches in Oklahoma City. Insane. Dread, I appreciate the sub. Insane. Nashville, 10, 13 inches. I mean, this is wild. Little Rock, yeah. A foot still showing up here. Let's move out east a little bit. You guys know where you are. Still showing 7 inches into Charlotte.
There will be a cave vote for the GFS in the Discord.
Emmanuel, $5 super chat. Holy Emmanuel. There'll be a thank you. There'll be a cave photo. Wait, for the GFS in the Discord. A cave photo.
Long Island may finally UN. Keep going. North.
Long Island may finally. Yeah, it's looking good. I appreciate the super chat, Kyle. $2 super chat. Yeah, guys, don't be discouraged. I'd still say don't be discouraged if you're slightly below the snow line here. We could still get the snow a little bit farther south because a lot of times you don't get snow farther south of the line. A lot of times with the southern storm, it's because your temperatures are below freezing at the surface. That has nothing to do with it. Our temperatures could be below freezing here. It's the warm air aloft, and that's harder for models to predict. So I think this snow line is much harder to predict than if this storm were to be up in the Midwest or up along the coast up here. So you still got a chance south of that. Still pretty good snow into North Carolina there. I like it. I like it for Charlotte. Still giving you a good chance there. I would say North Carolina would be a cold rain by Friday. Yeah, early on it could be. You guys are crazy. I appreciate the support, guys. Let's see here. Music with the sub on YouTube. Yeah, guys. Listen, don't get me wrong. I love TikTok. I love the opportunity it's giving me. The issue is TikTok is not creator friendly. A lot of my videos get taken down because it says low quality when I upload them in 4K, or it thinks I always have to appeal, and it always gets overturned, or the appeal gets approved 99.9% of the time. It gives me a lot of headaches. It's inconsistent, so I've been pushing on YouTube. I would love to go full time on YouTube. So, but still love TikTok. It's given me a good opportunity here, so I do appreciate it. I'm still gonna be dual streaming TikTok and YouTube for the foreseeable future here. Let me load this out a little bit more to see what the GFS is doing up the coast. All right, still waiting a little bit here. Let me go to multi-parameter. Let's see how this moves up the coast. We're going to, oh, still seeing big snow. Still seeing big snow going up the coast here on the GFS. Let's get back to answering questions here. I missed the totals for Cincinnati, I guess. Here. Let's look at the latest GFS. Let's just look at the latest GFS. Kuchera, Cincinnati. Maybe 10 inches. That's the latest from the 00Z GFS. Do you think the GFS trend north could mean New Jersey could see ceiling snow? Yeah. Yeah, it's good for New Jersey. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be so nice. It's going to be so nice for the I-95 corridor. You guys don't even know. You guys have no idea. Some of you do. The Robinson. I appreciate the sub. Hopefully you do have an idea. Hopefully. Ali just sent 20. Ali just gifted 20 YouTube subs. Holy crap, Ali. Legend. That is way too generous. We almost have 300 people on YouTube. Holy crap, Ali. Oh my gosh. Well, welcome to everyone who's part of the Climate Crew now. Don't forget, if you want to join the Discord, link to my Discord and all of my YouTube videos. It's an awesome, best weather Discord out there. It's awesome. Live and daily updates. Holy crap. That was extremely generous. I might have to actually turn my donation sound off because it's going to go for a while. Yeah, big W's in the chat for Ali. Holy crap. Adrian, I appreciate you. Chesapeake, Virginia. I don't care where you are in Chesapeake, Virginia. You're going to have a great weekend with snow. You're going to have a great weekend with snow. Trace. Welcome to the Climate Crew. That wasn't another 20, was it? Ali, that better have not been another 20. That better have not been another 20. I'm going to yell at you. There's no way Ali just gifted like that. Jesus. It was W for Ali's in chat. Holy crap. Charlotte, again, you're in the winter battleground zone. It is not out of the realm of possibility you get a foot of snow into Charlotte. It's not out of the realm of possibility you end up with an inch of ice into Charlotte. It's going to be the difference between 1 to 2 degrees in your air that's aloft. And it's very tough for models to figure that out. That's why you get these. That's why you get these sharp cutoffs. This isn't because it's not going to be freezing at the surface in Charlotte. It's going to be freezing at the surface in Charlotte. The air right above your head could keep it from turning into snow. I like snow in Charlotte still. Holy crap. Holy crap, Ali. A foot? Yeah. Midland, Texas. Gosh, all these places I know where they are, but I just forget. Midland, Texas out there, south of Lubbock. I think it's going to be tough. You could get a little bit of back end dusting into there. The big story for you is likely going to be the ice concern. It's going to be the ice concern. I appreciate all the support, guys. Seriously. 1 inch into Atlanta, not out of the realm of possibility. I think the ice, it's going to be mostly ice. You're going to have to prepare for that ice. You guys are going to get a state of emergency down there. Maybe tomorrow. Houston. I know it doesn't show ice as we push through the model here, but you're going to get a lot of cold rain, and then you're going to have below freezing air pushing in. So expect the surface to get extremely icy. I mean, look, the GFS tries to put some sleet into Houston. Maybe you get a dusting of sleet accumulation, but moisture, ice, freezing air behind it. That's why Texas is under state of emergency. Really, there's no one who's dodging the storm here in Texas. But again, you're going to want to be central to northern Texas for that snow chance. I'm liking the new GFS for the Northeast. Yeah, it's still good for the Northeast. Guys, you want to see the latest update from the latest GFS? Should we be prepared in Greenville, South Carolina or not? Yes. Major ice storm is possible in Greenville, South Carolina. Still the potential for some snow, some big snow in Greenville, South Carolina. The confidence is much higher in the ice at this point, though. I know that thing's just going to keep popping up. Here, let me turn it off for a second. I'll turn off my donations. Just a visual for a second. Ali, you're a legend. Yeah, look at the Northeast now. You guys want to see the latest update for the Northeast on our good, fresh data, weather balloon data, GFS. Let's take a look at the Kuchera. What is there to say? What is there to say? Within 5 days, 4 days. Northeast. Look at that. It thinks 19 inches into Philly. It thinks 14 inches into New York City. It thinks 15 to 18 into DC, Baltimore. I think these may be a little bit high, guys. But expect a lot of snow. 2 feet into portions of Virginia and West Virginia, PA. But everyone's having a field day if this happens. I'd be careful. I still think, but I want to say that this is being too aggressive, but you also see this across the models. It's not one model being aggressive. It's all of them being aggressive. So at this point, when do you say, okay, well, they're all seeing the same exact thing? Yali, yeehaw, ride up, cowboy. Yali, I need to talk to you, okay? I need to talk to you, Yali. We need to look at this. And we need to look at the ice. Oh, GFS isn't being as brutal. A 1/4 inch. The Euro puts like 2 inches of ice through your area, Yali. So, listen, I'm fixing to message you. Like I said to stream, though, the ice is the hardest thing for models to predict. It's so hard to predict outside of. It's hard to predict 12 hours out, let alone over 48 hours out. So, closer to 60 hours out. So, we got a little bit of time to figure this out, Yali. We got a little bit of time to figure it out. Are you sure that it's snow Saturday, Sunday for New Jersey and not Sunday, Monday? The latest, and here's the latest GFS, which 00Z is going to be the best on the timing. It still might not get total accumulations and storm track completely correct. But Sunday afternoon is when the snow wants to be moving in. And then you can see through Monday morning, and then maybe the snow's moving off the coast as we get into Monday evening. So it's more of a Sunday, Monday event for New Jersey. It's more of a Saturday, Sunday event for the Ohio Valley, maybe portions to the southeast. And it's more of a Friday, Saturday event for you guys out there in the Southern Plains. Nito, I appreciate you. Will Atlanta get snow or just ice? Probably just ice. I'm not. There's a possibility here where you get 1 to 3 inches in Atlanta. Still a possibility, but I think it's going to be ice, and it's going to be an issue. Would you say the GFS is pretty accurate for Kentucky? Yeah, the model consensus for Kentucky is fantastic for snow. So 6 inches to a foot across the state or more. Out of all the days, why not the weekdays? Well, listen, I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a secret. If you get this foot of snow plus through this region here over the weekend, and then you have negative wind chills moving into here, -5, -10 degrees. None of the snow's melting. Do you think they're sending your kids to school on Monday with a foot of snow on the ground and -10 degree wind chills? Or if you're in school, do you think you're going to school? You might still have schools canceled. We're going to see tons of state of emergencies here. Or if you're talking about for work. If you're talking about for work. You might be talking about for work. I always forget because for me, for my other job, I can work from home when I can't drive. Who you want to win the Super Bowl? Trying to remember who's in it now. We've got the Broncos, the Patriots. Not the Patriots. I don't want the Broncos either. Sorry, guys. If you hate me, I'm sorry. Then who else do we have? What the Rams and the Seahawks. The Seahawks. I want the Seahawks. I like what Sam Darnold did for Minnesota. He got kind of screwed. He got kicked out. And I think it'd be a really good story. He's been on like 1,000 different teams in the last 6 years. I think it'd be a great story to finally have that moment for him. And I don't have none of my football teams I like are rivals with the Seahawks, so whatever. I'm nervous. It's gonna go north. $2 super chat from Mr. Minty. I appreciate that. Here's the latest on our 540 line. It does start pretty far south. It starts going through portions. Our 540 line in the GFS still wants to drive through northern portions of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina. But you can see the 540 line is the freezing temperature at the 500 millibar level. You can have freezing temperatures down at the surface as well, or under that. So your snow opportunity isn't completely gone if your 540 line is to the north of you in some of these states. It's less likely. This southern shift with the snow is still a possibility. I spoke about this before. Why is it still a possibility? algorithms, models see an event like this with this much cold air and an absolutely cranking jet stream maybe once every 5 years. This could be one of those once in a decade storms. So the algorithms aren't meant for don't do as good with crazy events like this. And who's going to win the battle of the upper air, high, cold, dry air, and the warm air aloft moving in from the Gulf? It's going to be really difficult for these models to really, really understand the snow line here. Chad, I fear the Texas power grid might not be able to take this. Yeah. I'm a little bit concerned about that too. Are we looking at any snow chance, or is it just ice? Crandall, Texas? No, I think on the high end, you guys could end up with, man, 3 to 4 inches of snow if you're extremely lucky. You're probably going to get a little bit of sleet accumulation. That's going to look like snow. That might be a half inch to an inch. But it's going to be an ice day for you. You can see this sleet can accumulate. You could also have some of that sleet falling as snow, and maybe even you get a little bit more back end snow than is being projected here. It's probably mostly going to be a sleet and ice day for you, though. It's going to be an absolute mess. It's going to be a winter storm, but snow's going to be tough. You've got models still putting. I mean, let's take a look at our most updated national blend. Well, this is the 00Z still. We need a little bit of a newer one, but you still see the opportunity here in and around Dallas, northeast, north central Texas, again around the Dallas-Fort Worth region, where there are models showing 3 to 4 inches of snow. Not out of the realm of possibility. I think it's a nice issue there. Chad, I fear the Texas. Oh wait, I already answered that. How about Knoxville, Tennessee? Yeah, you guys are probably gonna be just a-okay. What's the latest GFS? How's it looking for your region? Yeah, I think on the high end you get 9 to 12 inches into Knoxville. On the low end you still end up with 2 to 4. I think you guys will be okay. I think you guys will be okay. Could get some ice into that area too, though. There we go. Whoa. How do I open this? 1 second, guys. 1 second. 13, JM13. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for the follows and subs. Obviously, I really appreciate all that support, guys. I'm going to answer questions for about, we're going to say 10 more minutes, and then I got to get off. I got to get up early. Oh, a lot to do tomorrow, and I'm going to try to get up. 5 a.m. to put out my video before I start work tomorrow. To put up a completely updated video with the 00Z Euro, 00Z GFS, everything. It's going to be good tomorrow. We're going to get into our the National Weather Service projections, too. Let me answer questions for a little bit longer for you guys, though. Delaware. I don't care where you are in Delaware. It's possible to get over a foot of snow. It's possible to get 12 to 14 inches on the high end. On the low end, I'd be surprised if anywhere in Delaware sees under 6 inches or under 5 inches, under 6 inches. Oklahoma, the whole state looks pretty good. Obviously, the whole state looks pretty good for snow. Far southeastern corner, maybe you struggle a little bit. I don't think so. I think you're mostly snow and sleet. More than freezing rains, southeastern Oklahoma. Are you guys not under a state of emergency yet in Oklahoma? I hope you are. Could all this sleet in Georgia potentially northeast be snow? It could. The odds aren't as great with model trends, but it could. Adrian, I appreciate that. Jackson, Tennessee. High end a foot, low end 2 to 4 inches. I think realistically, if I had to give you, I think 6 to 8 inches in Jackson, Tennessee is my best bet right now. Again, you're pretty close to that winter battleground zone right there, though. Winston-Salem, North Carolina, high and low. Yeah, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, you guys are a little bit farther north, right? Winter battleground zone again. High end, it's not impossible. You get 12 inches. Low end, I still think you get snow though on the low end. Winston-Salem, I'd probably say 3 to 4 still on the low end. Or maybe 2 to 4 on the low end. Guys, did we get Vicksburg, Mississippi? See your rain mix. Is that northern Vicksburg? It is, right? Let's see. You guys are far south. Yeah, sleet accumulation is possible there. I'd be most concerned about ice, though. I'd be most concerned about ice. Dubois County, Indiana. What is that? Du Bois. I'm going to butcher these names. Great spot to be in southern Indiana right now with the trends of the models. A foot high end, 6 inches low end, maybe 4 inches low end. You're going to get some nice accumulation. You guys could overperform there. 100%. 100%. Are we getting any other models that are getting updated here? We got the Canadian 00Z as well. Okay, that's where it's loaded to. Still trying to give you more of a chance for snow into Dallas. I'm telling you that right now. It looks like it's not going to be nice to Tennessee or North Carolina or South Carolina. But the Canadian has been like this. The Canadian has been the system that's been far to the north for a while. Big shift to the north from the Canadian, by the way. It was north, and then it went south, and now it's going back north again. So, Canadian bouncing back and forth. Did we get an update at UK? Oh, we wanted to look back at the icon, winter, there's the icon, the latest icon run through early next week. So, seeing same thing a lot of these models are seeing. The icon's not putting as much snow down, though. I'm just trying to see if we got any more updated European AI. That's our 18Z. And then I don't think our GraphCast is going to... Oh, our GraphCast 00Z came out? All right, sure. Let's take a look at that. Wait, okay, that's... Oh, I went too far. I was about to say, what the heck? Why is that 540 line out that far south? Take a look at this. The 540 line on the GraphCast is still so collapsed. The GraphCast wants to put snow so much farther than other models. And again, this is supposed to be a next-gen AI model that outperforms other models. So I'm like, it's hard to say. It's really hard to tell you that we don't still have that chance of snow shifting farther to the south when you look at the GraphCast and it shows a 540 line much farther collapsed to the south than we do see on our other models. I mean, it's still learning, but it's not that dumb. Yep. Yeah, if you join the Discord, you might not be able to see everything yet. I'm going to fix that right after stream. Change you to Climate Crew. Oh, my gosh. Texas, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Indiana County, PA. There's Indiana County, PA? High end a foot, low end 4 to 6 inches. The only issue you could have with getting big snow in Indiana County, PA is it's going to be so cold up here. You could be a little bit drier. You could be a little bit drier. You still have an opportunity to get a foot on the total on the high end. Last Canadian is a disaster for Virginia. Let me see. I didn't actually look out towards Virginia. Here it goes. Not completely. This is all snow on the front end. Yeah. The Canadian, but the Canadian has consistently been the model that's been way far north. I'm going to tell you this. The Canadian has not performed well this year. So I'm not overly concerned if I'm in Virginia. The Canadian has done a horrible job. The Euro's done better. The GFS has done better. The UK has done better. Those have all done better than the Canadian. I think maybe even the Icon has outperformed the Canadian this year, which isn't normal. I'd say it's usually the Euro, then the Canadian. But yeah, not a nice run from the Canadian there. I agree. We're getting our new national blend loading in here too, by the way, folks. Albany, New York, get any accumulation? Albany, New York could see some good accumulation with this. Yeah, you guys could get 6+ inches with this. Definitely. Could Northeast New Jersey get a foot plus? Yes. Simply, could it? Yes. With this system, definitely. Do you think that warm nose in Alabama will stay? That's the big question. We don't see a lot of systems that are this wild of a setup. This is a major winter storm. Could be if things go the right way. One of the biggest winter storms of the decade. Our model's handling the air aloft appropriately in northern Alabama, Mississippi, northern Georgia, upstate South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. I can't tell you. The stronger the storm is, the more warm air aloft that pushes into these regions, though. Unless our trough amplifies a little bit further out here and we get a farther and southern snow track. we'll talk. I'm going to talk about that in my video tomorrow. I think the 0-0Z Euro is going to give us a good idea. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I know. Oh my God, I know where Murfreesboro, Tennessee is. Why am I just drawing blanks all day? Yeah, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, around Nashville, right? Yeah, it's basically Nashville. Okay, southeast of Nashville. Duh. I still think you're in a fine spot. High end, you get over a foot. Low end, man. I mean, even on the Canadian that's being mean, it still puts okay snow in the Murfreesboro, I think. So I wouldn't worry too much in Murfreesboro. I think on the low end, you're going to get 3 to 6 inches. On the high end, you could have a field day. The Euro is, we'll see. The 0-0Z Euro, I don't want to see that shift further north. I don't suspect we will. But we'll see. That's going to be a big tell tomorrow morning, and I'll talk about it in my video. Will low end for Newport, Virginia, man, assuming the Canadian smoking crack, which I think it is, 6 to 8. So you could have 6 inches low end. Yeah. Guys, I'm going to hop off. I appreciate all the support, all the subs. Oh my God, the gifts, the gifted subs, the super chats, the follows and subs. You guys have been incredible. Just being in here. You guys don't need to donate. Obviously, you guys don't need to follow sub, but just being in here, helping the algorithm. I really appreciate it. I'm going to continue to post every day. I'm going to continue to live stream every day. If you want to join the best Discord, other Discord in the world, I'm going to call it in the world. Join my Discord, Connor's Climate Corner HQ. Every single day, we update the snow totals, rain, severe weather, volcanoes, every single weather you can think about. It's all in there. One-stop shop for everything weather. Tons of weather enthusiasts. You can share your photos. You can talk with people, hang out with people, and I'll put information sometimes when I'm off stream in there. That's really important, especially minute by minute, hour by hour updates while these winter storms are moving through, when I'm getting on live, when my next video is coming out. It's every day, though. I just sounded like Jake Paul. It's every day, bro. I didn't mean that. But I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you guys. I'll be back posting tomorrow morning. Expect me live tomorrow evening as well. This is crazy. Could be the winter storm of the decade. I'm going to keep you updated. You guys are all awesome. Mods, you've been incredible. You guys have all been awesome. I seriously appreciate it. Expect a video tomorrow morning, a detailed video, 10 to 12 minutes of everything that we've been talking about today. And then I'll look through February as well, maybe in that video as well. And again, I'll be streaming again tomorrow night. You guys are all awesome. I love you all. I love you all. Everyone have a great night. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace. See you guys.